This is Lords of Hatred. Welcome back to our Star Wars show. We're playing a Burning Wheel hack, so we can play in a galaxy far, far away. It's called Star Systems by Joel and Greg Young. And we're excited to get back to it. We're unable to continue right away last week, but we are ready. We're ready to rock and roll and get back into this thing. So when we last left our heroes, they had escaped Tatooine by the skin of their teeth, being hunted by Sith, and Nibbit Nee, the resident Jawa of the party, managed to jury-rig the spaceship to not only go into orbit, but also managed to being learned a pilot check to just push a button and go somewhere. I guess the pilot was to get you into orbit, and then you just to push a button to go somewhere. It wasn't a roll at all.
This is the hyperdrive.
Yeah, and it was, and you went somewhere.
Somewhere.
But our players do not know where. So when we begin our session, we see a let me see if I have a picture of this. Yeah, so we see a kind of arid, brownish looking world. We're just kind of floating above it. And then suddenly the shuttle appears right above it, and we hear beeping and warning signs going on the console. We see a dead pilot slumped over the chair. You guys killed him, right?
No, he was still alive.
Is he just unconscious? What happened with him again? I almost finished the episode today, but I didn't actually get all the way through.
Yeah, he was just sitting there in terror while Connor and I are arguing.
Okay. So let's say for convenience's sake, he's just like passed out. For now, at least. Obviously, you can interrogate him or do whatever you want with him in the future. But we see he's like slumped over the console. As we come out of hyperspace, we see the two Jedi, Ren and Biaka, along with HK-12 and Kalos Khan, in the cockpit in the bridge of this shuttle, and they're very surprised.
I look directly at the camera and give it the peace sign.
They're all very surprised to see that they've suddenly just gone into hyperspace and come out in above some random world. They didn't do this. They weren't really paying attention. They didn't know what was happening. And then we cut back to Nibbit Nee, and he's just like staring out of a view screen at this world he's suddenly over. I mean, who do we want to? I guess let's cut back to the bridge to actually start the scene, and we'll see what the response is to this, and then Nibbit.
Are we not starting with beliefs and instincts?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, I forgot for a moment what game we were playing. Yeah, let's run through that real quick. But yeah, so just to give you guys we'll go through beliefs and we can talk about what the session is going to look like. So starting with Ren. What are your beliefs, instincts, and traits, my friend?
I almost forgot that was me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my first belief is a little bit up to where we are.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how it'll like shape out, but my first belief is still the Jedi are becoming complacent. I will be different. And I will start by helping this planet. Like, I will start by doing something good here. I don't know exactly what that'll be because I don't know where we are. But
sure. Good to know. Yeah. Noted.
And then this Jawa is strong in the Force. I will consult my luminous beings. Oh, I spelled that wrong. Luminous beings to see if I should take him on as my next apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kalos is not to be trusted. I will keep him from harming innocents.
Very nice. Very good. Sounds like a thing that you'd believe. Instincts? Instincts?
Oh, I did not hear what you said, so I assumed you were talking to somebody else.
No.
I can never turn my back on those who need my help, never turn my back to a Sith, which is Kalos, and then always carry my lightsaber. Traits: prominent scar, haunted by luminous beings, attuned, empathy, knighthood, sworn to the order, quick impulse, fearless, and master.
Okay, but Connor, what if someone is in front of you who needs your help, but then Kalos is behind you? What do you do?
I break.
Yeah,
I just force push everything around me
to the sides.
Half, so his back's facing both sides.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Sounds good. All right, Kalos Khan. Speaking of our resident ex-Sith.
The Jedi have compromised my hiding place. I will find out if this new planet is a suitable place for me to stay hidden.
Cool.
It seems I am stuck with these Jedi for the time being, so for now I will learn something new about my would-be captors.
Mm-hmm.
We've mysteriously jumped to somewhere in the galaxy. I will find out what caused this sudden journey, or because I couldn't think of another better
Yeah,
word
that's
for
fine.
that. Instincts: never trust a Jedi, or a Sith for that matter. Never leave a challenge unanswered.
Mm-hmm.
Never feel the need to lie. Lying is for the weak.
Okay. And then traits?
Attune, sworn to the order, prominent scar, hatred, rule of two, your lordship, aura, fear, deep sense.
Cool. Yeah, most of the characters in this party just have like good traits that just help them. Not a whole lot of like personality challenging traits going around here. It's kind of funny. Nibbit, what about you?
For beliefs, I have learned more about the welding stick I found.
Yep.
Always do what is best for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to know more about the strange feelings I've been having since I saw the strange device in the sand.
Perfect. Yeah.
For instincts, I have just two. Always scavenging materials and always looking for my own survival.
Cool.
For traits, I have a lot. So
yeah.
I have it's a trap, alien, attuned, affinity to faulty paraphernalia, small stature, connected through spacefaring, iron grip, nimble, scavenger, and reclaimer.
And you also have those first three of native of a desolate world, child of a scavenger culture, and unscrupulous.
Thank you.
Yes. I think you might be the character in any Burning Wheel game we've done with the most call-on traits. Usually those are pretty rare. You have 4 of them. So yeah, pretty wild. Let's take a look at your first 2 beliefs here real quick, Nibbit, and fill them out just slightly. Okay. Let's see. So learn more about the welding stick, right? So your basic idea there is it learn anything new about the lightsaber that you found? Or
before I saw that somebody could use it as a weapon, I thought it was just something I used to weld metals together. And now that I saw that it can be used as a weapon, I want to learn more of what it is, as well as possibly how to use it. Does that answer your question?
Yes. What about this as a belief then? It turns out this welding stick might be something more. I will figure out a way to use it.
That sounds good.
Does that work? And then, so always do what is best for me personally is a good start for a belief, right? Like you believe that, like, you know, and the way that's worded is probably more like an instinct, but there is a way to word it as a belief. I will seek to do what is best for me personally. What do you think would be your short-term step to accomplishing that goal? Would it be something about like figuring out how to survive what is currently happening?
Want to figure out where we are and figure out how to find. Knowing him, he would like to go somewhere safe. Yeah. Like he doesn't know if he's in a safe location. I don't necessarily know if that's Tatooine in this situation, but he just wants to know that he's in a safe location.
Sounds good. Yeah. I will seek to do what is best for me personally. I will determine where we are and find safety.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Yeah, we can fill those out a little bit more in there. Biaka, what about you?
My beliefs are I want to protect the Republic from the growing threat of the dark side. Therefore, I will do everything in my power to keep the location of Korriban a secret and keep my eye on the Sith who has joined us.
Cool. Yeah.
The Jedi are a noble people and have earned a good reputation in the galaxy. Therefore, I seek to honor the order and the code with my life. My master has some beliefs that go against the Jedi code. I will keep a close eye on him and do all in my power to keep him grounded should I believe he is slipping towards the dark side.
Mm-hmm. So one note about those beliefs there, Biaka. They're all great for getting fate, but I don't think there's a way during any of these sessions to complete a step for any of those yet. Right? Those are all things that are kind of like, you can work on them, but I don't see them ever really being accomplished. until like maybe the end of the campaign, right? Is there a way that we can like add some short-term like goals to those, to kind of give a little bit more like in media res? What are you going to do about it now? Sort of situation. Right. So like, therefore, the first belief. Therefore, I will do everything in my power to keep the location of Korriban a secret and keep my eye on the Sith who has joined us. And maybe like for now, I will blank with Kalos, right? Like something related to Kalos specifically and what's happening right now. So just keeping an eye on him.
Can I say like, I'm gonna find out if we can trust him.
Yes. For now, I will determine if Kalos can be trusted. Cool, perfect. How do you want to seek to honor the order and the code with your life in this situation that you guys have found yourself in?
I don't know. I think that one's pretty general. That one's hard to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the one thought I had would be to like ensure that the pilot doesn't get killed by anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Because you were like angry at Kalos.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't remember. I think I just left.
Yeah, I think you were angry at Kalos about the him just like killing the Sith randomly, right? That you guys were talking to. There's also, didn't you guys also drag like a Sith on the ship to like interrogate him later?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that did happen last second as you guys.
I don't remember that.
So maybe
can I say like I will not let anyone on this ship die.
Okay. Yeah. Anyone on this ship die? That's a good one. And then do you have any particular thing you want to do with Ren in this situation? Obviously, you want to keep a close eye on him and do all in your power to keep him grounded. Should I believe he is slipping towards the dark side? Do you want to take any step towards doing that more concretely, or just wait and see?
No, because I don't see anything. So
that's true. Yeah. Until Ren actually like takes a step in that direction. Yeah, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Then you can like change it to be more specifically like, Ren just did this thing. I'll make sure he doesn't do it again. Like that sort of thing. Yeah. Cool. What about your instincts?
Whenever someone speaks ill of the Jedi Order, I get angry and lash out.
Cool.
I will always seek to honor the Jedi Code, even to a fault. I do not trust any non-Jedi until they earn it.
Cool. And then traits real quick.
Paranoid. Oh, I forgot I had paranoid about the ship. Paranoid about the ship. Schadenfreude.
Yep.
Attuned, sworn to the Order, knighthood, vested, empathy, tough as nails, dreadful.
Cool. Yeah, I forgot you had that too. That might come up for this time. I'm sure.
I should be already freaking out because we just went in hyperspace.
Yeah. Okay. So when we pick up with our characters here, obviously you guys are surprised at the fact that you guys just went into hyperspace and ended up on this strange planet. What would be everybody's like next step here? And let's make sure we don't like all have a bunch of things that we're all doing at the same time necessarily, but we can take it one by one. And because like Ren and Kalos were having an argument about where to take him. Byakhee was probably, I don't know if you were super involved in that argument per se. You were just kind of
I walked away.
Did you walk away? Okay. Yeah, I mean Byakhee at this point might be like, maybe look out of a viewport and be like, why are we around a different planet?
I guess they made up.
Yeah. And then Nibbit obviously is in the back. What I think, let's start with Ren and Kalos. What would be your immediate response to the fact that you're like now over a new world and the pilot's just slumped unconscious next to you guys?
Did you just ask me a question?
No, I was asking Connor.
Okay. I was like, wait.
Yeah,
So,
Connor.
I mean, my first reaction is to look at the Jawa and
so Jawa's not in the room.
We don't know that the Jawa's on the ship.
Right.
In like the engine room.
He's in the engine room.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Because
None of us know the Jawa has existed. We've never even.
Yeah, you guys have never seen me. You have no knowledge of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm probably just like, is this not Tatooine? This doesn't look like Tatooine.
Well, of course it's not. We jumped into hyperspace and now we're out of hyperspace. That's how hyperspace travel works.
Oh,
I just walk out.
We noticed that we were in hyperspace?
Yeah, there's no way you couldn't have noticed that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I assume we take all of that back then.
Yeah. Probably.
I mean, yeah, I'm assuming we just like run to the bridge and like see that
You're
We're on the bridge. Connor, were you playing video games 2 weeks ago?
I literally just described all of it again, so
That's true.
yeah.
Jumped into another BFNE game.
No, I didn't. No, okay. So well, yeah, you took all of my lines. I don't have anything then. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I think I just like take a closer look at like the chair, because I can I say like the back of the chair was turned to us, so I just like turn it around and just like
and the guy's like unconscious, right? So you're like, turn it around, and the guy's like slumped on the console, like unconscious. So like you might think for a second that maybe he just like accidentally pressed a button.
Yeah,
but you'd have to look more closely to figure it out.
Can I just make an investigation roll?
Well, investigation isn't a skill in Burning Wheel, but you can make a roll of some sort. Yes. Well, give me what you're actually doing. What's your action? What are you actually?
I just kind of want to can I like check the logs of the ship?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So have we come out of hyperspace already?
You have, yeah.
So it wasn't a very far jump.
No, it wasn't. Then. Yep, it wasn't.
Are we able to also make a roll to figure out what planet this is?
Can I walk up to the front and just say, where are we?
Yeah, you probably couldn't do it by sight. You probably couldn't do it with almost any planet by sight, like just instantly no, unless you've been there before, but you haven't been here before.
What does it look like?
So it looks rocky, arid, maybe brown, but not like Tatooine brown. It's more of like a dark brown.
From the monitor that's in front of me in the engine room, from what I remember, there was like some kind of monitor that I had. Can I be able to see or get into the logs to figure out where I currently am? In the app system.
I'm looking up real quick to see what the actual like skill is for like searching through the logs and stuff. So I'll give both you and Ren a chance to do that for sure.
Tech stuff.
Yes, exactly. And I'm pretty sure there's probably like just a computer skill, but I want to make sure
it'll be like 2 users trying to access same program, unable to.
Yeah, exactly. And then you'll know someone else is on the ship. Let's see. All right.
If we're looking at the planet, does it look like there are a lot of cities on the planet? So that's usually something you can tell.
You can't tell right away that there's any light or civilization.
It's not like a city planet.
It's not a city planet, certainly. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. Is computer a skill?
What shade of brown is it?
Like dark brown. So you're thinking like rocky, probably landscapes.
Or is it? Are there oceans?
There are some oceans. Yeah.
All right, it's Felicia.
Sure, Jared. Let's see. Yeah, there are a bunch of different. Programming. Here we go. Programming is probably the skill here.
Okay.
So yeah, it's based on perception. I think it's going to be just an OB1 test to like check the logs and determine at the very least. So what's your intent specifically? I guess start with you, Ren. To check the logs and know what planet you just arrived at.
No, to check the logs and figure out how we got here.
Figure out how you got here. Perfect.
Yeah, like what happens to the ship to bring us here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, there are so many different computer-based skills.
We have none of them.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to make.
Can we just wake up the pilot?
You could attempt to do that. Yes. Let me just type in.
What would that be?
The word logs and just see if something comes up. No, nothing's coming up.
This be under research for me? Could I do that?
Let's sorry, I'm just looking at a bunch of stuff right now. So one of the main things here, Ren, is that you have to like break into the computer, basically, right? Like you don't have access to this computer. So I think this is probably more like intrusion, because you can probably look at the logs just fine as long as you can get access to the computer. So oh no, intrusion is physical.
I say we wake up the pilot.
There are so many skills. Sorry, guys. I'm just like a little overwhelmed for a second here at all these skills. I think it's programming. We'll just start there. Okay, so Ren, let's add being learned, programming to being learned. It's based on perception. And I think you are probably just doing an OB1 test. I don't think it's like super difficult. It's not like they have like a bunch of specifically to the thing you need to find out. There's not a whole lot of firewalls in the way of just that. So I think OB1, it'll double the 2 obviously automatically, but yeah, OB1.
Hurt so many fields when you're rolling a being learned skill.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
Wow. That was so bad. You were rolling 6 dice. So you
crash to the planet.
You do have a fate there, so you can.
Yeah, I might as well spend that.
Okay. You can, and so keep in mind, thing to remember: if it's not automatically open ended, you can spend a fate to reroll all 6s. If it, but you can also spend a fate to reroll a failed dice as well if you want to spend 2 fate. But
remember,
it seems like you already did one.
Each time you want to use a force pop.
That's also true.
I don't know if it's worth it.
Or a persona. Like he has 3 personas, so you could also spend those. But yeah.
I didn't realize I only had 2 fate, and I regret my decision.
Yeah. All good. Well, you tried and failed. So yeah, you just basically you tried to access the computer, and you probably, I mean, I'm imagining like Obi-Wan like trying to use a blaster in this situation where you're just like, oh, so uncivilized. Like everything about this computer, just like, oh no, this, I don't know how to work this.
Are we locked out of it now?
I don't think you're locked out of it, but like, well, maybe for now you are. Someone with a better programming could probably come along and try to do stuff. Yeah, Nibik could probably jury rig something. But for now, Ren, you try to look in the logs and it just locks you out. So yeah, and then Biaka, Sarah, you were saying you just wanted to try to wake the pilot up. So you probably like say that, and then your HK12 says, question. My master is asking whether or not we should wake up the meat bag and get him to look at the logs.
Be my guest. Are you a doctor?
Why do I have to be a doctor?
I mean,
Query. My master is wondering why he has to be a doctor to accomplish this.
Well, he's unconscious. And I assume he smashed his head, judging from the position he's in.
Exasperated remark. If I had my previous programming, I could probably do violence upon him and wake him up. But alas, I cannot.
Can I just pick him up and shake him to wake him up?
Sure, Biaka.
Or growl really loud?
You could try to do something along those lines. I don't know how well that's going to go for you, but I'm trying to think of what that would be. Just like shaking someone and trying to wake them up.
Especially someone who has a concussion.
And it's,
yeah, well, I don't know. We don't know if he has a concussion.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily that bad. I'm just trying to think of what that even would be. Like, because like I don't think it would be power. It's not like you're just shaking someone automatically lets you wake them up better. Like if they're unconscious, they're unconscious.
Power and empathy.
Yeah, Chad, did you just attempt to argue that you could use your light side empathy to shake a poor unconscious man awake?
Help him. Yeah.
And by roaring in his face? No, I don't know.
No, I could. I don't have to roar. It doesn't have to be a roar.
Skill with the
I honestly don't. Yeah, I feel like it might be something more like that. To know what to do along those lines. Yeah, let me.
Anatomy.
Has anybody tried to say, "Hey, wake up"? I say that. Wake up, pilot.
What's the roll for that?
You know what? This is the skill. It's conspicuous. That's what it is. Trying to be noticed. So go ahead and add that to your being learned there, Biaka. Conspicuous. So the opposite of inconspicuous. And yeah, it's based on will. So let's see. I think it's probably just a knob 1. So yeah, go ahead and put that in and make the roll. See how well this goes.
Very nice.
Very nice. Okay, so Bianca successfully just like shakes the guy awake by roaring in his face, and he's just like, "Stay away, you monster!"
Where did you take us?
Query: my master is wondering where we have arrived. The ship went into motion unexpectedly. And the pilot just like looks down. And again, this guy's like a human male. He looks like maybe mid-30s. He has the glint of a fanatic around his eyes, right? Like when he first attacked you guys, he was like ready to die in the name of his cause. So, and honestly, anyone who wants to, probably Biaka. Actually, yeah, Biaka, I'm going to have you make this roll real quick. Do you want to make a heresy-wise roll for me to see what you might know about the Krath cult?
What is it called?
The Krath cult. That's
Krath?
what this guy's. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll a heresy-wise check. Let's make it an op 2.
Star Wars Wiki.
Would me forking?
Can I fork in anything?
Do you have an argument, either of you, for stuff to help with there?
Well, I mean, he's a Sith. Or
can I fork in observation?
Related to Sith. No, I don't think it's so much about like noticing things about his person as is just like, oh, I noticed the one symbol and what do I know about this symbol? It's kind of what you're making the roll for. Yeah, I don't think you have any skills that could help Biaka, but Kalos, did you say an argument?
Sith doctrine, potentially?
Yes, because it's definitely related to what's going on here. Yeah.
So I can help you out with that.
So 1?
Yeah,
Yep.
so one help dice there.
Base ob 2?
Let's actually make it a base ob 1 because I think it's just routine. It's just like a graduated, how much do you know? And it's based on how many successes you get. Yeah, so with 2 successes, you basically know, let's see. The Krath were a secret society founded by a pair of aristocrats in 3998 BBY in the Empress Teta system. So what you guys probably know about that whole situation is there was a group of core worlds in the Empress Teta system, and I think it was named something else before, that was undergoing some sort of like unification war, where like the rightful empress was like trying to gather everyone under her command, and like unify all the planets on this world. And the Republic and the Jedi were actually helping out with that because she was the rightful ruler. And there's this whole big thing that happened there. But there was a cult that kind of came up around the time this was all happening. And the gist of it that you know about Biaka and Kalos, you know a little bit of this because of their connection to the Sith now, is basically the Krath, let me find the specific detail here. I believe it was like basically they wanted to overthrow Empress Teta. Yeah. So yeah, they basically, and I think they did. Yeah. They killed a bunch of nobles and guilds men and like people who were important, caused like a rebellion. And Ulic Keldrama actually, I think it was Ulic. Yes, was sent by the Jedi Order. So Ulic is one of the Sith Lords of the new Brotherhood of the Sith. He was sent to basically stop the rebellion, and like infiltrate the cult from within and stop the rebellion. What ended up happening is he turned to the dark side and got the cult on his side and turned them to the dark side and like made them, part of the Brotherhood of the Sith. That's part of his army. So you know that's what this guy is coming from. He's like from a core world, like a rebellion on a core world that turned into this cult that turned into we're now being ruled by a Sith Lord and do everything he says. So, yep, that's what you know. And then Kalos, you know that too. And then both of you can mark a routine test on your skill there. Except Sith, real quick, Lance.
I don't need a routine.
Do you? What's your actual skill in Sith Doctrine? 5. Okay, yeah. So you don't need your routines. Cool. Sorry, Lance. What were you going to say?
You're fine. I was just hoping to know if I had jury rigged the monitor to figure out where we are.
Yeah. Let me just think for a second. What were you trying to do there?
I just wanted to figure out where we were. Like what? I'm assuming this place is charted. And through the navigation system, I wanted to figure out precisely where we were.
Yes, so you can jury rig, I think, the system to tell you that for sure.
Okay. All right. You'll have to walk me through the process again. So I push the dice, right?
Yeah, you push the die. Let me find the jury rigging skill to make sure I know what to opt to give you here. I'm thinking opt 2. I don't think there's any bonus die or anything. Yeah. Yeah, because you don't have the skill yet, so you can't really add those.
I don't have any Artha dice or anything like that.
You have 1 persona, but you probably don't want to spend it on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was the base?
2.
Okay. Sorry, I always forget there's an additional OB.
Yes.
Nope, I failed.
Whew, yeah, that was bad. So if you would like to, keep in mind you only have 1 use of this every session, but you can use your call-on trait to reroll all failed dice on a jury rigging test. So you can use that now if you'd like to, which means you would reroll three dice. You can also spend 1 fate when you have 7 of, so you have plenty of this, to reroll 1 failed die. But there's like a, infinitesimal chance you get enough 6s to succeed.
Yeah. I think I'm fine with that. I think I want to try meditating and just try that new sensation to figure out that weird feeling. I want to figure out what I should do.
Yeah. So probably what happens, Snippet, is like you're banging this little like view monitor trying to get it to do and I think it just dies, right? Like it just goes blank and you just like have run out of use with it and it's not gonna work anymore for you.
It got broken on the warp over. It was barely hanging on.
Yeah. You can mark one of those bubbles next to jury rigging in the Bean Learn section there because it was a routine.
Yeah.
So 3 more tests and you learn. No, sorry.
7 more.
So you need
or 6. I need 6.
I'm trying to think of how this works. It's yes, you need 6 tests altogether to learn the skill. So you need 4 more.
Okay.
Yep.
As for the meditation, do I need to like clearly state what I am trying to do?
Yeah, go ahead and say that, and I'll double check meditation and make sure that it works for that.
I want the Force to to tell me what I should do next. I want it to guide my actions unintentionally, knowing that that's what's going on.
Yeah. Yes, certainly. That is an OB 3 meditation test.
Okay. Okay. Can I use any fates on this preemptively, or is
not preemptively? So fate is always, not always, but for re-rolling dice with fate, it happens after the fact. Yeah. So just gotta hope for lots of 6s.
No help.
Yeah, I don't think you have any skills that help here. So
yeah. And what was the
OB 3?
OB 3. So good luck me. No, okay. I want to use some fates.
Yeah, you did get 1 6. So your best chance here is to spend 2 fate. I mean, you have 7, so you have a lot to work with here. Spend 2 fate, which means you can roll 2 dice, right? That's 6 that you got and 1 failed dice. So yeah, if you go up to the little die next to fate at the very top.
Yep.
And you put in 2 dice and 2 remaining OB. And then let it go.
OB 2 dice 2.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Nice.
Yay.
All you needed. Yeah, you got us another 6, and then that didn't help you though. So cool. All right. So you said your intent was to figure out why
where the force is guiding me to go next.
Yes,
basically.
Obviously to the bridge, right? You gotta go.
Yeah, you would think, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. So
do I mark off meditation?
Let's see. That would be a routine for meditation. Because you have a 5, you don't need any routines in meditation.
Okay.
You need more hard stuff to upgrade your meditation.
I can't. You got it.
I just did it. Yeah. But you can go ahead and take 2 fate off of your pool there at the top and put it in the little bubble that's labeled F next to meditation, because you've spent those fate on meditation itself. So yeah, so we just didn't see Nibbit cross his legs.
Change the 5 to a 7.
Change the 7 to a 5 and put the 2 that you spent in the little bubble labeled F next to the skill meditation.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize you could fill that in.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what those are there for, is to fill in the different Artha stuff that you spent on it. So yeah, we see Nibbit go into his meditation to try to... What does that look like for Nibbit exactly?
Nibbit doesn't know the whole pose and everything.
Yeah.
So he just literally bangs his head onto the metal wall and just has his head his eyes are closed and he's just thinking really there hard, for a set. He's basically thinking really hard, but he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, and then we just maybe hear you let out a short Jawa exclamation, and then you just start walking towards the bridge, right? You're just like, oh.
Frustrated.
But I think you literally see, and Ren, help me with this. What would one of your luminous beings look like? Like, how we haven't, I don't think we've talked about this. What are they? Like, who are they?
They're old, they're
Jedi of the past, I assume.
Jedi of the past.
What kind of Jedi of the past? Like, where did you find these people? Like, why are they following you?
So I think this is the thing I don't know.
Okay.
Like,
did you visit some force powerful planet at one point and they just kept following you ever after, or?
Well,
like what was the last event that happened before they started following you around? Before you started seeing them everywhere? No, it's not that that's the direct cause, but when did it start happening? And we can even go by your life paths, right? Like, you were that's Nibbit's character sheet. You were how
about I was liberating a Sith temple.
Okay, yeah, as a Jedi Knight. Yep. And ever since, so liberating the Sith temple.
What's that?
Liberating the Sith temple, you said.
Yeah, I think I don't want to be like, oh yeah, it's for sure Sith, but I don't want them to be for sure Jedi either.
Got it.
I because I know that they're against the Jedi code. And they have they have a different Jedi code than the Jedi do. Yep. And so I definitely want them to be, you know what? No, not liberating a Sith temple. I don't want to give you any inclination to just make them Sith.
I was going to say, that would be so easy, man.
Can I say that it was after I avenged a Jedi that died before my eyes?
I like that. So was he killed by the Sith or just in a normal situation?
Yeah, I think he was killed by a Sith.
Okay.
And then I killed
who was
that
this
Sith
Jedi? Did you know the Jedi?
Yeah. I don't have a relationship for him. Can I still just make him a friend of mine?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he was a friend of mine.
Cool.
We
fellow
trained as Padawans together and trained as younglings together.
Cool. What race? Well, what species?
Oh, can I say he was the third of our trio of the person that I do have a relationship with, the rival Jedi Knight?
Oh, do you?
Can I say that he was the third of us?
You don't have any. Did you not mark that on your sheet? Okay, got it.
No, I did.
You didn't mark it on the actual part of the sheet, just in the character burner. There's a space to write those in. I just didn't realize that's what you had. So yeah, Jedi Knight that's complacent. Okay, cool. So this the other member of that trio of friends that you had.
Yeah. Oh, they don't carry over. I have to add them directly.
Yeah. So if you want to add those to your relationships there.
What's even the point of writing them down on a different part?
because you're writing down costs and stuff. So, yeah. Cool. So, what species was this person, Connor?
I don't know.
You can just make a human if you don't.
Yeah, a human is fine.
Yep. Cool. Male or female?
Male.
Okay. Yeah. So we see human male. I think probably short cropped brown hair.
You know what? No. Let's do female, and that maybe that's the reason that what's his face is like my rival now.
Okay. Yeah. You
is because he was like in love with her, and I let her die in his eyes.
Yeah. So we see a woman in a Jedi robe with short cropped brown hair, so maybe like down to her, like her right past her ears, and she just like so we see Nibbit like head up against the metal of the ship, and then we see this blue Force Ghost woman like lift his head up. And like you look into the eyes of this woman and she smiles at you, and then she like nudges her head like, follow me. And she just like starts walking up the ship towards the bridge.
And she's doing that to Nibbit, right?
To
Not
Nibbit,
me?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Nibbit is terrified from this, not knowing what's going on.
Understandable.
He takes his lightsaber and just clicks it and just is pointing it towards the Force Ghost.
She looks back at you and just chuckles softly, and she just says, "This way, little one. Don't be afraid." And she walks
very cautiously with the lightsaber in hand the whole way. He just follows along.
So that's good.
Having a good 5-10 feet between us.
Yep. Biaka, what were you doing before I had you make that heresy-wise check? You said I think you successfully woke up the guy, right? Oh yeah, because he was like yelling at you guys and being like, "Oh, don't come any closer!" Like, yeah. So that's what you know about where he comes from.
I asked him. First, I asked him, "Where are you taking? Where did you take us?" And then you had us roll for heresy-wise. So I say to him, "Oh, so you worship the Sith? Well, meet my friend." And then I point to Kalos.
I'm trying to think of how HK12 would relay that information. Observation. My master seems to indicate that you worship the Sith. If that's true, both he and I would direct you no further than the Sith standing before us. Query. Kalos Khan, you are a Sith, are you not?
Give or take.
So then what does the guy say? Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. He frowns and he just says, "I know who you are." He's looking at you, Kalos, when he says that.
And who am I?
A pretender. Someone who tasted the dark side and couldn't handle it.
I force show. I'm back.
Slam him up against the ship. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, this pretender killed your buddies, so. And then I just walk out, let it stand on that, because there's obviously nothing we can learn from in there. I don't think he was the one to do it.
Okay.
So I just go searching the rest of the ship.
Well, we need to ask him to tell us where we are, because he can run the ship.
Yeah, I mean, you have to right? So say something that would convince him, and then we can make a roll, right?
I look to Bioka. Are you going to let me torture him?
No, by no means.
All right, then I guess we're done.
How are you responding to this, Ren?
I say to Biaka, let me know what you get out of him. And I just follow after Kalos. Just keep an eye on him, kind of a thing.
Wait, so Bianca, you just gotta
So
actually.
can I interrogate him to get him to tell us, or like to tell us how to access the ship logs?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think what we see, right, is Ren and Callow step out and then the door hisses closed right as HK-12 steps up to the man and says, query, how well can you handle pain? And then...
Oh my gosh.
And it's not that like Bianca actually tortures anyone, because he doesn't. He doesn't have the skill, right? He has interrogation, but like, HK-12 just likes to say stuff like that. So, but we see that, and Ren and Kalos go off to go search the ship, and Bianca is going to stay behind and interrogate the dude. So yeah, go ahead and make that roll, Bianca. Let's have you make an interrogation roll. I think it's probably based on his will. I guess. How much do you have in interrogation?
6.
Very nice, very nice. Well, hopefully this works for you. Where did that go? There it is. Cool. Interrogation. I think his will is probably 4. So if that's what happens here, then we can go with that. Okay. Using a peculiar logic, interrogators gain information from unwilling subjects. A successful interrogation means the victim character has given up the information the players are looking for. Obstacle for interrogation is the current will exponent of the person being interrogated, plus any traits, plus situational disadvantages. Like if the victim has beliefs that prevent him from revealing what is being sought. So what's the actual like question you're asking him? What information do you need, Bianca? Just like, where are we?
Well, I don't think I can't persuade him. Like, I know I'm not good at I don't have persuasion.
Yeah.
So I can't just make him. I can't ask him to go into the ship logs or something. You can't try
to convince him. So what you're doing is basically trying to.
I want to know what the code is to get into the ship.
Exactly.
logs.
Yeah. You want him to reveal the code to you so you can get it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know if the guy has like beliefs against like doing anything a Jedi tells him ever, per se, right? Like it would be more along the lines of like, I don't know if just finding out, like getting access to the ship log is going to be enough to like give him a bonus on this, like to give you more of an obstacle. So I think it's just going to be an up 4. That's it. But then if you want to, you can take a look at your skills and see.
I already rolled.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Wow, that was such a bad roll. You got so many 1s, dude. Yeah. So keep in mind before we roll, we can always take a look at your stuff. But I mean, I think the only thing that probably would have made sense would be heresy wise. But yeah, it makes sense as it is. So you failed to get that from him. He basically
Can't I use my colon?
Yes, you do have a colon for interrogation. Yeah. Go ahead.
How do I do that?
You can reroll all the failed dice. So just
4 of them.
Do this minus the period at the beginning of it. Type in that. With the R though. With a /R. Just not there's a period at the very beginning. Just delete that. There you go. That is exactly what you needed. Yep, 2.
So basically, he doesn't. He says no, and then I scare him or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably a combination of. I mean, the thing is, like, if you're doing an interrogation and this guy doesn't understand your language, HK-12 is helping you the entire time.
Oh
right?
yeah, absolutely.
HK is like the person who's really doing most of the work here. You're just great at telling him what sorts of stuff to dish for.
Yeah.
And so at one point, HK-12. Like just with a confusing turn of phrase gets him to reveal it by like inadvertently, like he doesn't mean to, but he, whatever HK-12 says, probably something to like challenge, to incite him to feel like he has to defend himself or his masters by saying, no, we do have a code for this, and this is what it is. It's like the standard for everything. And then the HK is like, yes, of course. And then he goes in and types it in. So you guys are above a world that has been mapped, but like there's not really anything here, at least yet. So it's the world of Hypori. I don't know if that's exactly how I think that's how it's pronounced, Hypori. It is a planet located in the Hypori system of the Ferris sector in the Outer Rim territories. It was home to no sentient species, though it was host to creatures known as windrails and massifs. Its surface was covered in rocky landscapes and small oceans. I was just reading from Wikipedia there, or Wikipedia. So yeah, basically it's like an almost uncharted, like someone probably charted this in the last several years, just found it. And there's no sentient species that's like native to it. You've heard of people like stopping there if they're stuck in the Outer Rim territories, or there's been exploration expeditions that have gone to this place. But so far the surveys have showed up basically just, there's some interesting native life here, flora and fauna, and it's covered in rocky landscapes and small oceans. And that's it. Nothing else out of the ordinary jumps out to you.
What's it called?
Hypori. I put it in Roll20 chat, the spelling of it. So, but yep.
So, did the ship logs tell me how we got here? Like, do they show some error or something?
Oh, right. I forgot that was the main point of that whole situation. Basically, you see that a signal came from the engine room. Someone had like jury-rigged some signals back there to hack into the system and cause the hyperdrive to randomly go off.
So as soon as I see that, I turn around, open the door with my lightsaber like in my hand,
mm-hmm.
and I tell Ren, there's someone else on the ship.
And by that point, Ren and Kalos have probably already found him. So we can kind of cut to that sequence. Ren and Kalos, you're just like walking down the ship, and Kalos left because he was like already convinced that there was someone else. So we see Kalos like, looking around and stuff. But it sounded like Nibbit was like literally just walking forward with a lightsaber in his hand.
Nibbit is swinging, like not knowing how it works. So he's hitting the walls a little bit, like constantly like brushing it on the ground by accident.
At the ghost. Like he's just waving it at the ghost. Yeah.
So they would have heard him coming at least a little ways.
Yeah.
Away.
So Kalos and Ren, you start to walk down the corridor a little bit, and then you just hear.
Yeah, we obviously draw our lightsabers, right? Yeah. Like, let's. And I quick say to you, Kalos, you got my back.
I mean, that completely goes against your instinct.
It's true.
But
you still say it?
Yeah, I say it.
Okay.
Is there a way?
I mean, the point is, I'm asking him if he's going to like attack me, or if we're gonna like fight this together.
Yeah.
Does meditation allow you to like sense stuff that's nearby?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Could I roll a meditation quick to see if it's like hostile or?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's definitely what's happening here. Okay. Let's see.
Because at this point, I don't think it's a Sith, because I don't think a Sith would give away their position. So
I think it's just going to be an
Jedi would.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be an OB1 meditation, Kalos. Let's say OB2 actually. Whew. Nice.
Well, pretend there was a 2 there.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a routine either way.
Oh yeah, I don't need a routine. Anymore.
Yeah. So like, not only do you reach out, right, and you sense the fact that it's definitely a person who's force sensitive, but you don't feel a pull to the light or the dark side either way, right? It's just like, okay, there's just a person who probably doesn't even realize that that's what they are, but like there's a force sensitive person back here. But then what also happens is Kalos, by doing that, you're also spreading your aura of fear outward, right? Because you're reaching out. So Nibbit, go and make a steal test.
That was a different thing to meditate. Isn't that auras extend wherever your presence will. Reaching out with an aura of fear can make an entire army solo themselves. That's the note it says. So you're currently steal? Yes, steal is what you're rolling. Yep.
Okay.
And the obstacle should just be your hesitation, which is 6.
I'm sorry. That was
There's no way.
So steal automatically open ends. So there is a chance that this will happen because it'll automatically reroll 6s. But yeah.
My bad, Lance. That was not the goal.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So mark that challenging test there on steel. That'll matter.
I got you a free challenging test.
So when you fail a steel test in Burning Wheel games, you basically have several options. You spend 3 beats of time, basically the margin of failure between that and your what you got and your hesitation. Doing one of 4 actions, I think it is. So you can stand and drool, run screaming, fall prone and beg for mercy, or swoon.
I feel as though Nibbit would just stand there and drool.
Yeah.
Just so like lightsaber in hand as it's like just hitting the ground and he's just there drooling.
Yeah. And it's not necessarily like literally drooling, but basically you just like hesitate. Like you just can't. You freeze up.
Got it.
Yeah. Just the fancy way of saying it.
Caleb, do I sense the Force ghosts with that?
No, because you don't have the trait. I think they can show themselves to who they will, basically, is the idea.
I was curious if they could see them.
And I think by the time Kalos reaches out, I think the girl disappears, right? So Nibbit, when you feel this wave of fear pass across you blink and then she's gone, right? But yeah, you just stand there and let your lightsaber drop and just like hesitate. And so you guys can just go for it if you like.
Yeah, I'm just like to Ren, I'm just like, hold up a second. It's just a stowaway. It's no Sith. Connor.
Oh, you were saying that out loud?
Yeah.
Well, at least I know you weren't going to attack me the second we hear a lightsaber.
Well, yes, I need to make sure they'd be a competent ally before I do that. Do you actually chuckle at that?
No.
I'm like, that was a joke.
Yeah, and that's when you hear a Wookiee yell, in the background, and then HK says, "Warning! There is another life form aboard the vessel."
Thanks, HK.
Yeah, but I don't know that you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what do you do? Do you wait long enough that Nibbit like unfreezes or walk forward?
I mean, I'd walk forward.
Yeah. So Nibbit, you see.
I'm legitimately. I mean, wait. The Jabba's holding a lightsaber still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or did you like? Okay, yeah. So I'm probably just
Lance,
like
you just said you like kind of let it drop to the ground. But
it's
like,
in my hand, activated, just pointed into
the ground. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Slowly.
Yeah, I think
through to the hull of the ship.
Yeah. Still expanding outward. Yes, you do. Do you walk forward as well, Ren?
Yeah, I think I'm probably just like, all right, hand it over. Like silly little Jawa doesn't know what's going on. So found a lightsaber somehow, probably off of one of the.
I mean, Ren, do you know what a Jawa is?
Oh, probably not.
Yeah, right. Like I know Kalos would, but you can make a test if you want to know what a Jawa is. I suppose.
Sure. Yeah, I can make. What would the roll?
Probably alien wise.
We didn't see any on Tatooine.
Have that.
You probably saw one, but like doesn't mean you know what they are.
You were on Tatooine for all of
20 minutes or something. Yeah.
Okay, alien wise is perception based, obviously, right?
Yeah. Let's make an ob 2.
Whoops.
Well, it was succeeded anyway. Oh well, no, it would have been against a 4 then altogether. So you could spend a fate if you want to know. But you only have 1 fate, I guess.
I wanted to see what. Okay, I wanted to see what kind of test it was. It was still a routine.
Yeah.
Nope. I just rather fail. That's fine.
Cool. Yep. So you don't know what this creature is. Callus, you do though.
Oh, it doesn't matter what. Oh no, it just. Oh yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh well. Okay.
So yeah, I guess I changed what I say. I'm just like. But I still walk over and I'm just like hand it over a little alien.
Yeah, so you come back to yourself, Nibbit, about that point.
Okay. Nibbit shakes out. There's people. And he's like, you're the... Teach me! Teach Nibbit! Nibbit wants to learn how to use welding sticks! And he takes the other lightsaber he has, he clicks it, and it goes the wrong way. He was holding it. He almost cuts himself. He's like, teach Nibbit, please! Nibbit wants to know!
That's amazing. I mean, that sounds like a persuasion test, like right away, right? Like, I guess the question would be, would you guys just be persuaded by that, like immediately, or you'd probably have to have a more in-depth conversation than that?
I assume he's addressing Ren.
Both of you.
Both? I mean, okay.
I don't know the difference between Sith and Jedi.
I mean, the thing is, Nibbit has 1 blue lightsaber, or 1 orange lightsaber, and 1 red lightsaber at this point, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably am like, how would he respond to this?
Please, I saw you go wish. Please.
This is amazing.
Well,
This voice is perfect.
Since Ren is just dumbstruck, I'm like, hey, little guy, are you the one who got us out of there?
Yes, at the rack on terminal.
It's like, thanks. I go to high five him just a little too high.
And then Nibbit goes up, drops the lightsaber accidentally, and then fumbles for it as it like is streaking across, rolling on the ground.
Can I make a force wise to or no? Can we just tell that he's force sensitive?
Yeah, Kalos could already tell that.
But he hasn't told you that.
That's true. Yeah.
But
wouldn't we all be able to tell?
Or he didn't make a roll for it.
Yeah, he made a roll to determine whether what the presence was like when you guys didn't know what it was. But I think at this point, Ren, if you're just like standing there, you can just tell automatically.
Right. I'm going off of like the empathy trait.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be. There's not any stakes to you failing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But you can do that to find out how powerful he is in the Force. But
so I think I just like kneel down to Nibbit and basically I'm just like, I'll consider it, but I'd like to.
Thank you. And he just grabs you with both lightsabers ignited. He's just wrapped around your leg.
I mean, Ren, you have the warding force ability, so maybe we would just see you just add force shields to just like protect you.
Yeah, okay. I'll just do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but I'm gonna have to hold on to those until you're ready.
And you just see Nibbit tense and super he just suddenly posture changes everything. He gets like 2 feet back and he holds them super close. He's like, no, don't take Nibbit's welding sticks, please.
Yeah, don't. He got those fairly. Those are his. Are you
quiet,
Jedi?
Sith.
Are you thieves now?
Be quiet, Sith.
Insult. Be quiet, you stupid son of a Sith.
Like, wow.
I may have embellished that slightly.
Maybe we can get this Jawa to repair your cooler functions.
His eyes were. He's like, how Happy confirmation. I will never insult you again, Kalos Khan, if this comes to be.
If it will take Nibbit if I repair your broken robot, Nibbit will gladly do that.
No.
What broken robot?
Yeah, the robot doesn't quite need to be
broken
fixed.
robot. Nibbit will fix it.
Oh, he thinks
Nibbit
my
will have it.
robot's broken.
Are you saying that in character, Bianca? Are you saying that?
Yeah, sure.
So HK doesn't translate it first because he doesn't want that to be said out loud. But if Bianca, if you like nudge him, he'll.
I just bump him with my elbow.
Yeah, and he just says, "Sorry, what was your exact wording there?"
I said, "Oh, he thinks the robot's broken."
Yeah, and he just says, sad explanation. My master wants to inform you that it is a laughable matter that to consider the fact that I am without function. I, however, think quite differently.
Nibbit knows his technology. He knows when a robot is broken.
I say, well, Nibbit, you see, these aren't exactly welders. These are lightsabers. And in fact, when you hugged my leg there, you almost killed me.
Nibbit didn't mean to hurt anyone. Nibbit just saw you guys do such cool stuff. Nibbit wants to be just like you. Please teach Nibbit, please.
I'm sold.
You know what? What would be amazing is the arc is here. Both Ren and Kalos are teaching Nibbit, and so they're like, he has to like decide between the dark
Nibbit
side and the light
becomes the
side.
chosen one, the first Gen Sarai.
Yeah, but I think Ren is like, well, how about this? How about we make a deal? You keep your lightsabers, but you keep them off until I say so. Just so nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
So Nibbit, keep them on for right now.
Yes. And I can't promise that I will teach you, but I will consider it.
I'll teach you.
Okay.
Master, if you don't teach him, the Sith is going to get him.
Nibbit will be taught by the
The Sith
Sith.
is going to prison.
Amused objection. My master is seeming to indicate that it would not be a good thing if Kalos taught the Jawa. I, however, think it would be hilarious.
Did you say your name was Kalos?
Yes.
It is good to meet you, Master Kalos.
Don't talk to Kalos. Don't you dare talk to Kalos. He's a bad influence.
My master is regretting to inform you that he seems to think that Kalos is a bad influence. And
As
he's
of
about
reading,
to...
I've done the least amount of bad things, which is very concerning.
Nibbit to be able to use these lightsabers, Nibbit will do whatever it takes. So if it means following Master Kalos, I will do it.
I'm like, you don't want that, Ren, do you?
Master, we can't let this little guy become evil.
I think he's just like, okay, I feel like I'm just confused now. You want me to train him?
Me?
No. I mean to
Oh, Kalos.
I shrug. I'm an enigma.
Because you don't really want an apprentice, right?
He doesn't care. I mean, if he wants to learn, he'll teach him. But he'd rather Ren do it because it would be funny.
And then you just see Nibbit, and he's like, "I have a master!" And he just runs through the halls, waving the lightsabers around, accidentally hitting the tip off the wall from time to time. You see like
He
a
hasn't
gas
turned
line
them
go
off
off. No.
Oh,
Again,
Lord.
Nibbit, I remember what we talked about.
You said I could keep them on.
So
Once he rounds
Can we
the
just can we just force pull them out of his hands at this point?
you can attempt that.
that
Yeah.
would be so mean.
I'm gonna do
You
it.
can do that. I don't think I'm going to.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, Bianca, that's a
I say
telekinesis.
that's enough. And then HK says,
will use Iron Grip.
is that a thing?
That would be
Yeah,
you can use it as a call in if you fail the test, but I think it's going to be a being learned telekinesis for you, Nibbit, to try to like keep it. I think you can do being learned telekinesis.
Can I roll to defend him with my telekinesis?
Are you?
That would be stupid. You want our ship to get messed up?
It's already messed up.
Not
really.
I mean, it took a lot of fire while we stood there arguing, and he messed with the hyperdrive.
I feel like this is probably something that's happening too quickly. Either way, for Callus to just like jump in at least immediately. Like you could try to get him back.
I mean, he's talking about it. I mean, was he not talking about it? Didn't care. Okay.
No,
I was saying that out of character.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Well, I'm like my character is definitely not against training him. He's just like, I need to think about it first.
What skill type would telekinesis be under?
Telekinesis, in terms of like the status based on.
Yeah, would it be will?
It's will, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, Bianca, go ahead and roll yours. And it doesn't have an ob because it'll just be against Nibbits, right? So yeah, roll your telekinesis. We'll just see how much you get. You can add force tremors wise if you like.
Oh no, only 2.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't marked as automatically rerolling 6s. It should have been. I just did it. So that 6 would have automatically rerolled. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't give you any more successes. So yeah, you got a 2. Nibbit, your ob is 2.
Yeah, all your lightsaber ability or your Jedi ability should have like a little star marked in.
Yes. So you should also do that too, Nibbit, before you roll it.
Okay.
Mark. There should be a little space next to.
I see the stars.
Yeah, the little star. Go ahead and mark the star.
Did I have 4th in lightsaber or no?
Next to 4.
If you were doing a lightsaber
right
combat with him, yes.
Meditation isn't one.
Meditation is also one. Yes. Well, wait, is it? I don't think it is.
Meditation is what?
Let me check. Sorry. He's asking if it's automatically open-ended.
Meditation
is
yeah.
Not.
It's not?
No, it's not. It's a school of thought test.
Okay.
Wait. When you're using it as clairvoyance, it is question mark? No, it's just not. It's not. It's not. It's not.
Okay. I don't have any helper advantages.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So I just opt to, but you will have your Iron Grip dice after the fact.
I will for this. Oh, after the fact.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. If you fail.
And what was the ob 2?
2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and. I mean, honestly, first thing you could do is spend fate if you want.
Can I do Iron Grip first and then do fate?
Yes. So fate? if you do that, then we'll just have to keep in mind that you can only roll the 6. If you get any more 6s with your Iron Grip dice, you won't be able to reroll those with fate. Is the point, I guess.
You just technical stuff over my head. Just tell me what to roll.
Sounds good. So the skill says this is a call on for any test of physical ability where you can describe how clutching something for dear life might redeem your failure.
I'll just use fate then.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it actually counts here, unfortunately.
Okay. So it's again.
But it not.
Fate.
So if he was rolling literally just power to resist this, then it would count. But he's actually using telekinesis. So I mean, Nibbit, you could have done that instead, but I feel like it makes sense that Nibbit would try to just resist with his mind, right?
Yeah.
Might as well get those tests anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly. Remaining ob 2.
So yeah, keep in mind you can spend either 1 or 2 fate in this instance because you have 1 6. So you could spend 1 fate to just reroll the 6. You could spend 2 fate to reroll the 6 and a failed dice. So up to you, 1 or 2 fate for 1 or 2 dice.
Just use 2. I have plenty.
Cool. Do it.
Still failed.
All right. Yep. So take those fate off of the pile there. Put them on will. Because it's a being learned thing, so it doesn't go on a skill yet.
And Chad needs to spend a fate because he used telekinesis, right? Is that how that works?
Sorry, what?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Every time you do a force ability besides lightsaber, you have to spend up some Artha.
I wasted a fate on that.
Basically, yeah, you have to
whatever. At
burn
least
a
I
fate
got
into
him.
it. Yeah.
Where do I put that? Do I put it somewhere?
You put it in telekinesis. Yeah.
How?
So I'll do it and walk you through it. So I'm taking the fate pool on the top from 6 to 5, and then putting a 1 in the little bubble that's labeled F next to telekinesis.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So
okay. Cool
stuff. Yeah. So Nibbit, you are almost managing to hold on to it, and then they fly out of your hands and be like,
and then I grab them.
For a millisecond, you see a little bit of resistance from the force pull, and just goes right back to you.
Yep.
He's gonna go back.
No, you're gonna destroy the ship if you keep running around like that.
Maybe we'll fix it. Maybe know how to fix things.
Well, and I kind of like come up to a Nibbit as well, and I'm like, remember what we talked about? You quite literally could kill somebody.
Maybe won't kill anyone.
Is there a part of the Jedi code that I could tell him, like, he needs to be patient or something?
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know if there's anything in the code about
the
that.
Jedi are patient. The Jedi are kind. Jedi.
The Jedi are important.
Well, I was just going through the what is love.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of I think it was the movie The Help, where it was like you was kind, you was smart, you was important.
How about there is no emotion, there is peace?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, or no chaos. There's no chaos, Nibbit. You need to relax.
My master is seeming to want me to inform you of a piece of the Jedi code that he seems to find important. There is no chaos. There is... Wait, what is the... Harmony.
And Nibbit cocks his head and he's like,
What is the Force? I do not understand Force code. Is this foreign word language?
It's in explanation. It is in my understanding that this is
broken robot. I can fix this.
And you just see Nibbit going over, and he starts finagling with the robot.
The robot is just like, exasperated remark. I am not entirely sure at this point whether or not I want this alien.
The wire that makes his auditory come out.
It doesn't work.
You can roll a jury rigging test to do so.
I will smack you. I'm gonna smack you. My Wookiee will smack you.
I think I did my thing first.
Okay, okay. Roll.
Yeah,
I'm gonna smack you.
Jury rigging.
Yes.
Let's see. Jury rigging.
And you're gonna go flying.
Yeah, Ob 2, I think.
No bonuses for this, or
I don't think so.
Come on, I feel like I should get some bonus. I feel like I'm supposed to be good at something.
Well, that's the thing. You have all these call-on traits and things.
Yeah. So do none of those
Again, those are after the fact things. It's just like there's nothing beforehand that's coming in.
Got it. You said 2?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Dang it.
All right, you got a 6.
I'll use a fate.
Right. Well, you can use 1 or 2 in this instance. Up to you.
What else am I using this stuff? I don't have any Jedi powers.
That's fair.
Remaining.
Why would you break him more if you're trying to fix him?
I think this is fixing him because he's obviously saying wrong facts. He said weird words that don't make sense. So,
all right.
The ones that make sense is
it doesn't lie.
There's
anyway.
only passion.
Yeah, so you're fiddling with him, and then again, the HK-12 can't do anything to stop you because he's like his programming prevents it. So he's just like, help.
Once again, that fate will go into Will because this isn't a learned skill.
Exactly.
Hey, Caleb, since he failed, he should accidentally turn on his assassination subroutine.
No.
That would be awesome.
I feel like I should hit something by accident that I wasn't intending.
something probably happens. But I think it's probably just the droid is not going to be on your side anymore, basically, right? Because before I was like, ooh, yeah, I want to see if I can get the droid to like make me into an assassin robot again. But at this point, like you've just like rubbed in the wrong way, and the droid like, you know, and when Bianca like manhandles you and like pushes you away after you fail the thing, the HK12 just says, angry retort. Please keep that Jawa away from me at all costs, Master.
Can I put a thing in jury rigging even if I fail?
Yes, because it was routine. You can mark a bubble.
Okay.
Chad, do you actually send him flying?
Absolutely. No.
Okay.
Because he didn't break him, I think I just growl really loudly at him, and then HK tells him that, and he kind of I'd assume he like stops, obviously. And then I say,
I understand. Just give me a little bit more time.
So then I say, I told my droid, he's never going to touch you again.
I do not object to this, Master.
And then,
maybe can do it.
I want HK to tell him, my master will hurt you if you ever try to touch me again.
Yeah, so he realized that.
Man, you Jedi are very prone to violence.
Only the Wookiee.
Master, you said he's your master? You're learning how to use lightsabers too? That's amazing. We can learn together.
Confused.
The voice is 10 out of 10, Lance. The voice is 10 out of 10.
Thank you. I did practice a little bit, but I'm like, I have to, it's not Stitch. I have to go a little higher than Stitch.
It's not quite Stitch. It's not quite Gollum, but it's somewhere in that range.
Yeah, somewhere that I could easily slip.
Spot. Yep. Yeah, he says, confused reply. I am a droid.
What color is your lightsaber?
And he's just waiting there patiently.
I tell him robots don't use lightsabers.
My master wants to inform you that droids cannot use lightsabers. While I object to why I object to that as a general statement, the point my master is trying to make is that droids cannot use force abilities.
Can I roll Sith Doctrine to make Skippy canon?
No, Jared. No.
Skippy's my favorite.
Stop it.
So can I just say, like, we don't have time for this. We need to figure out where we are and where we need to make a plan.
For story's sake.
We need to make a plan to get out of here. The Sith are close.
My master is worried about the Sith's imminent arrival, though I am not entirely sure they could track us through hyperspace with such a random jump.
Yeah, we good for a while, bro. I mean, like,
say we go down to the planet.
Are you at least happy with what Nibbit did, saving all your lives?
Thank you, Nibbit.
Bianca, quick question.
Yeah.
Before you left the cockpit, did you do anything to the pilot?
No, he's just sitting there. He's not locked up.
Perfect.
It's already been like Nibbit's been distracting us for hours.
So what happened? What definitely happens is you guys like start to walk back towards the cockpit, and then you just hear like, and the alarms start whirring, and it just says power failure.
Now we need Nibbit.
I fix it. Nibbit will fix it. Don't worry.
I just sigh and say, did you not do anything with the pilot?
And so we see the door slide open, and the pilot's just like shooting the controls and stuff, just like destroying everything.
Can I force pull him onto my lightsaber?
Yeah, make a telekinesis roll.
Can I fork in lightsaber?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
And have him
force wise, force tremors wise, soldier wise. Oh, I'm going so overkill with this.
Am I able to know that's his plan and try to stop him?
Probably not. I mean, I guess you're all Jedi, so this like it's not like
because I don't want him to kill him.
Right. Yeah. Make a.
I'll just cut his legs off and his arms off.
So instead,
and kill him.
instead, Kalos, you're gonna make this telekinesis roll against Biaka's telekinesis.
Okay.
You have more than me, so you'll probably still be able to kill him.
But at least Biaka can mark a fate point.
But I want to try to stop you.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it then for both of you.
Can we both, whatever, it doesn't matter if we can both fork in the same things, right?
I mean, yeah, fork in anything you think would be relevant as long as it actually makes sense. But
so lightsaber, force.
I can only fork in force tremors wise.
Probably true, yeah.
Force tremors wise, soldier wise.
Wait, you're using Sith doctrine?
No, could I use Sith?
No. We talked about this last time.
And not lightsaber either.
Yeah, I'm using my lightsaber.
But I can't use light because I'm not using my light.
Yeah.
But so I could try to, right? I could try to use the force to stop him pulling him and use my lightsaber to move his out of the way, like to bump his.
Yeah, you can fork in yours too then. Yep. So 2 modifier for you, Biaka.
I think that's all I got. So
go and roll.
Base. I just leave it 0, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
That was a good roll.
I got 5.
Yeah, just one extra. So the thing is, though, you both do have to spend a fate to do this in the first place. So you automatically get the reroll 1 failed dice.
So what do I do?
So go to the top of your guys' sheets next to that stats and skills. Click on the die next to fate and put in, whatever remaining obstacle you need and 1 die.
Did I get it?
Yes, you're tied right now. But Kalos also spends a fate. So yeah, it ends up being the same thing because he gets 1 more over you.
So he won.
Yep.
He kills him.
Yep.
No, I just cut off his arms and legs.
You killed him.
So that's probably what it is, right? Like Kalos,
and then throw him in some lava and leave him.
Yeah.
There you go.
Leave him half an arm.
Kalos just like pulls him towards him, and the original idea is just to like skewer him, right? But Bianca gets.
I cut off his arms and legs.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like it sounded like that's what you were trying to do at first, and then since Bianca gets in your way, that's what you do instead.
No.
Up to you.
I changed my mind at the very. I'll just cut off his arms and legs.
Sounds good. Yep. So you pull him towards, and Bianca tries to stop you and change the trajectory slightly, and you guys both pull out your lightsabers. Bianca puts his lightsaber towards you. Kalos, you block it very quick, and then do 2 slashes, and the guy's just like a torso on the ground. Just like
he's got some stumps.
Yeah.
It's at the joints. I'll leave him a little bit.
So after that happens, I yell to Ren and say, "Are you just gonna let this Sith kill people?"
I didn't kill him. He's alive.
Doesn't matter. That's what I say.
And now he has a cute nickname, Torso Boy. So what's he complaining about?
I mean, I think in this situation, like he just, what was he trying to do to the ship?
Obviously, there was like do as much possible damage as he could. It was what it looked like.
Yep. To basically crash the ship to kill you all.
I just saved us. You were just going to let it.
We're just aren't we just floating in space?
You're like orbiting the planet. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he doesn't really. He's not really upset. I feel like
I compromised.
Yeah.
Which the Jedi are completely incapable of, it seems.
He's gonna die. He can't live with.
A little droid comes out of my belt and he does medicine.
No, you don't have that.
I do.
He actually does.
You can't just de-limb people.
If they're trying to explode us, I can.
So yeah, Bianca is like.
He wasn't attacking us, though. He wasn't even attacking you.
Well, yes, he was doing the more convenient thing to try and kill all 4 of us with 1 fell swoop.
Yeah. So Bianca's like complaining about this. Kalos is like responding. Ren, what are you saying in response to all this? Like, I assume you were just like looking down at him, like not actually objecting at all. Like, just like, okay, yeah, that was probably necessary.
Yeah. And I think that's where it stays. I don't.
That's a dark side point for you.
Is it though? I didn't even.
Absolutely. You didn't need to kill him.
We'll see at the end whether or not it was.
In KOTOR, it would have been, do you kill him or restrain him?
Certainly. Yeah.
I restrained him.
So unfortunately what happens is you guys are like staring at this situation, and then a warning light starts flashing again, like a new one, and it just says emergency power failed, ship entering a crash course with the planet's surface. And then you guys just start to get pulled into the planet's orbit and into the atmosphere. What do you do?
I look to Nivet. I'm like, let's go, little dude. It's your time to shine. or we're going to die, please.
Yeah, for real, though, actually.
Does my droid know anything about ships? Or anything about anything besides top?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He's a protocol droid, which means he has linguistics, etiquette, soothing platitudes, and conspicuous.
You can soothe us as we die.
Yep, he has a good bedside manner, which is funny for this droid. But
so I think I think my character is like still mad and upset, but then he's like, can the Jawa help us?
Everybody looks to Nivet.
So everyone's looking at Nivet.
Yep.
And Nivet goes like this.
Holds out his hand.
And I want to do a haggling check.
Yes.
To get your lightsaber back.
I still have
both my lightsabers. I want both lightsabers.
So, I don't know if this would be haggling per se, because haggling is specifically like made to like reduce a price, not to like make a deal at all.
Ender wise?
No, I think this is, I mean, if you have to roll at all, I think it's a persuasion test, but I don't think you necessarily have to roll if the characters are just going to accept this, right?
Yeah. I just felt it would be.
No. Yeah, it definitely seemed like an appropriate thing, but unfortunately, yeah. So it's the skill required to negotiate prices, terms of purchase, and contracts.
That's a negotiate contract.
Yeah. Yes, I suppose so.
He's saying, "Give me lightsabers, and I'll fix the ship."
I think haggling would work.
But can he even fix the ship?
He can try.
Well, at this point, I don't think it's much of a fix as it is a crash land because we're already in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I say no.
Okay, so then you do need to make the roll then, Nivet. That makes sense. So go ahead and make a haggling roll here.
Okay.
You
no
can
help, forks, or advantage.
And I tell him, you're gonna die too if you don't help us.
I don't know if you have any skills of work. Well,
can I say it's a trap because I know it's a life or death situation and we're trapped?
Trap wise. You know what? I'll give it to you. Yeah. Yep. You're trapping them in the negotiation.
One help.
I think so. Yeah, and it's a versus test between the buyer and the seller. So one of you needs to make an opposed haggling test.
I don't have that.
Exactly.
None of us have it.
So this is probably against Ren more than anything.
Wouldn't it be Bioka?
But I have the lightsabers.
It would probably be Bianca. Yeah, you're right.
And neither Connor or I particularly care about him having them.
Would I just go?
No, Connor told him he has to have them off.
Yeah, but not in your possession.
Well, nobody was mad that I took them.
I was a little upset.
Well, you're evil.
So coming from the person who's killed more innocents or attacked more innocents than I have. Attacked.
Because I don't cut their arms and legs off.
So Bianca, go and make an opposed haggling.
Innocent people.
Go and make an opposed haggling to see if he can like convince you basically that this is like a deal you have to make in this moment.
How do I even do that? Being learned?
Yeah, being learned. Yeah, and it's based on will.
This is the weirdest haggling I've ever heard of.
It's basically blackmail.
Yeah.
What's the obstacle?
It's whatever he rolls here. So one of you rolls first without an obstacle.
Would
I got a 1.
would survival help?
No.
Yeah, I'm pushing everything.
So the thing is, Nibbit, at this point, you literally put the ob as 0.5. Because he doesn't have the skill, right? So that's for him as basically.
Can I just give him 1?
Yeah. So you got exactly what you did. Yep.
Barely.
Yep. So you guys can both mark.
Can I use a fate?
You can spend a fate to reroll one failed die. Yep.
But if I win, does he save us?
If you win, it's still a tie because it functions as one for you.
Can I fork in intimidation?
After the fact, no, you can't. Yeah, so Bianca, the issue is even if you got one success, that would still be a tie, which I guess goes to the defender in this instance. So yeah, I guess it's viable. Yeah.
I'm gonna use a fate.
Yeah, spend a fate.
Got him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So both of you can mark bubbles. So Bianca would be on the being learned, and then for you, Nibbit, it would be a routine on haggling.
Yeah.
But so I mean, Bianca's.
Reroll.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Nibbit, you can also do that, right?
Use a fate.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm. You can technically use 2 fate because you have a 6 and you can re-roll one. Is that how that works?
I've already used a lot.
That's true.
I feel like Nibbit's like he just slowly walks over and gets underneath. He takes out the metal sheet in front and just crawls underneath, and you guys just see his feet dangling as he works on this.
So I think the idea, right, is you're jury rigging this to basically let it work just enough that you can actually crash land it. And I think it's going to be jury. I think it's going to be jury rigging instead of pilot because you can't really pilot the ship at this point. Like this is just you like trying to figure out the random wires and stuff back here long enough to get it to do something that will make sure you guys don't die.
Can I shoot some things to see if I get advantage? Would survival or component wise help in this situation?
You can make a linked test with component wise, certainly.
I don't know what that means, but do I add one?
Yeah. So let's have you do a link test. So you basically roll a test on component wise first. And I think you can fork in scavenging with this, right? Because you're like looking at all the components and materials down here you have to work with.
So I roll a component wise.
Component wise with one help.
One. Okay.
Make it an up to.
Okay. Cool.
There you go. Yep. So you've given yourself a bonus die, and you can mark the routine on component wise.
Okay. So then I go back to jury rigging.
Mm-hmm.
So I got help, and you said how many?
1. And then the ob for this, unfortunately, is going to be a 3 instead of a 2.
So Caleb, hear me out, Caleb.
Yeah.
Can we all roll telekinesis to like try to lift the ship just a little bit?
It's kind of cool
to keep it from crashing as hard.
Can I get more for affinity for faulty paraphernalia because it's faulty?
100%. Yes, you get that would be 2 modifier dice for sure.
Nice.
Okay, so I go up to 2, you're saying?
Yes, up to 2 instead of 1. Let me look at the other stuff. Yeah.
Would my small stature help me be able to get into the nooks and crannies to fix this?
Okay, yeah, that's a good argument. I'll give you another advantage die for that. So yeah, 3 dice altogether.
Looks like we're living, boys.
And then lastly,
so if you guys wanted to help with telekinesis, I think you can. That makes sense, right?
That'd be cool.
So you can get actually 3 more, Nibbit.
Okay. And then would you consider this a trove?
It is not, no.
Okay.
Nice try.
Okay. Wish me luck, boys. You said 3 for the OB?
One thing you can do before you roll it, actually, Nibbit.
Yep.
You can also make a meditation if you'd like to center yourself, right? If you'd like to like focus your energy, draw on the force to give yourself an advantage die as well, you can do so.
Okay. So that gets me up to 7.
Well, so you have
Or
to
do I
actually make the
roll
roll
for
Yeah.
it first.
Mhm.
Okay.
It shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see. You can make a linked test.
You guys are just outside, just like, go Nibbit, you got this.
So meditation, ob 2.
No help or anything like that.
I don't think so. No.
Okay. 2.
There you go. Yep.
Cool.
So your final dice, I think, should be 7, right?
7.
Yeah. And then ob is 3.
Are you counting the 3 from
Yes.
us?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yikes.
Can I use some stuff?
Yes. So I would spend fate first because you have 3 6s.
Okay.
So that's. I mean, you can spend 1 or 2 fate. Difference between 3 and 4 dice.
I'll just use 1.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then
So 1 remaining ob and yeah, go
1
ahead.
goes into my will.
Yes.
Okay, that just becomes a 4. All my fate's going away. Okay, so jury rigging once again, correct?
So it's going to be
Or
fate
no,
at the very
fate,
top. Yeah.
right.
Yep. So 1 remaining obstacle and 3 dice.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool.
Only needed 1. Wow.
So do I get a circle filled in for meditation, jury rigging, and component wise?
You already marked component wise. I saw you do it there.
Did I? Oh,
Yep.
I totally don't remember.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't get 1 for meditation because it was only a routine and you don't need routines for a 5 or above. But you do get a bubble towards jury rigging.
Cool.
So,
Cool.
Yep. So 2 more tests on jury rigging and you got the skill. So
Yep.
cool.
Just like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No. You go ahead and describe it.
Nibbit reluctantly crouches down. Like, he doesn't even have to lean over that far because he's short. Just goes underneath. You just hear a couple whacks, like cable just obviously is being ripped when it's not supposed to, and he puts them together in a different combination, moving the electricity in a different path. And like after 10 seconds, he just comes back out, hits the main control panel, and everything just is at least functional.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nibbit did his job because he's a nice person.
He doesn't steal from people.
Yeah.
I gesture at Bioka.
What masters that?
Renner Bianca, you have. Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted.
Yeah.
My bad. I said there's nothing in the code that says I can't take his lightsabers.
I'm going to call BS on that. There's definitely something in the
There's
code
not.
about that.
It never says.
Make a
It doesn't say
this isn't
there
opposed.
is no theft.
This
There
is
is.
this is a versus. There's more to the Jedi. There's more to the Jedi code than just the taglines. So yeah, this is a versus Jedi doctrine role here between Kalos and Bianca to make
I'm not part of this.
to decide what it actually says.
to decide what it actually says. Yeah,
Absolutely.
You're gonna make theft acceptable?
In certain cases,
Ugh,
when he's a danger to himself, I'm taking his lightsabers.
no wonder I hate the Jedi.
Just want to know if we
The
actually
Jedi is
get to
like
the
our
planet
government.
this week.
They're trying to steal our guns.
Go make the
Haven't
versus
you
test.
ever seen Star Wars?
What did you say, Caleb?
I was talking to both of them. Go ahead and make your Jedi doctrine tests.
Connor, are you throwing your dice in with someone?
I
Do you want the Jedi to be able to steal from people?
I
Remember,
I
this
don't
isn't
know.
about your real life opinion.
right.
It's about your character's opinion.
This is about what your
'Cause
character wants for the story.
Well, his character doesn't know there is a story,
Yeah.
but
Right.
I just don't. I have no idea what I.
you don't have to give.
So
your
he
dice
doesn't
anyway.
care. He doesn't
Yeah.
help anyone.
So both of you just roll with 0 ob on Jedi doctrine.
Can I fork it?
Can I fork in heresy-wise?
No, I don't think so in this case.
I'll be back.
Good.
Yeah, I don't think
you're probably gonna be.
I only have 2.
Oh,
well, you know what? You know what? Yeah, I want in.
Who are you joining?
I'm joining Carlos. I don't. Wait,
Connor, you should roll. You should roll.
you don't want theft to be.
I want theft to be against the Jedi Code.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would say even if that's true, I didn't steal from him.
Yeah,
I'm not saying these are mine now.
So the thing on offer was what Biaka did to Nibbit acceptable with the Jedi Code. That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then Ren's giving his dice to Biaka. That's yeah. So yeah.
Like I'm not gonna keep them. I don't want them.
Right.
I just don't want him to kill anyone.
Yeah.
Right. This is just bad.
So Biaka, you can roll with one
bad
help
situation.
die, and then Callus, you just roll blank.
Well, the thing is, Callus could win. It's just crazy.
I got a 1.
I only got a 1.
Who's the defender?
I don't think anyone's
I'm defending the Jedi.
That's true. I guess
I am a Jedi.
No, so Biaka was the one who said this is going to be true, and Callus, you were the challenger. You're like, no, that's not true. So,
what kind of? Here's the real thing I care about. What kind of test did I get for that?
Routine. I think everybody got routines
on doctrine.
Yeah. What do you have on doctrine, Connor? On Jedi doctrine?
You know what? That is a great question. I believe it's a 6. Yeah, 6.
Oh, okay.
Routine.
Yeah, routines don't matter for you then. So.
Oh.
I should have had. You should have rolled. Okay, so.
Cool. Yep. So, Biaka is correct. In that circumstance, it was like because Nibbit was a danger to others, it was acceptable when the Jedi Code for Biaka to steal his lightsaber.
And I'm going to keep your lightsabers, Nibbit. Can I just tell him this in character? I'm going to keep your lightsabers until either I or Master Ren thinks it's okay for you to have one or both of them.
Nibbit just, as a little kid, just goes, and just turned away.
And then everybody focuses on the viewport, and we see the ship barely on like a form of autopilot that will make you crash land successfully. And you guys all just kind of brace yourselves. Ren and Callus and Biaka all use their telekinesis to just like skid it against some of the rocky landscape of this planet. And the shields of the shuttle managed to buffer most damage that would have been done to you guys. And you have like a crick in your neck, but at the end of the day, the shuttle is definitely wrecked, but you managed to crash successfully without any injuries. So yeah, and you find yourselves on the planet of Hypori with no discernible way off. And there's apparently no sentient life forms on this planet, according to the logs. So.
Did want to ask one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Did I use Trove-wise for the roll? I can't remember if you gave.
So just forking things in doesn't give any tests. It's just like rolling them separately or helping someone else with them. So I don't think you've rolled Trove-wise or helped someone with it. So it wouldn't matter either way.
What's the planet name again?
Hypori.
H. pylori.
There you go. Hypori.
Do we know anything about this planet? Like any lore?
Literally just what I already told you. It's basically just.
I forgot.
I'll read it again. Hypori is a planet located in the Hypori system of the Ferris sector in the Outer Rim territories. It is home to no sentient species, though it is host to two forms of fauna known as wind rails and massifs. Its surface is covered in rocky landscapes and small oceans. So you guys know that it has a breathable atmosphere. It's relatively rainy, temperate climate, but yeah, rocky landscapes and small oceans. That's basically it.
And there's no one there at this point.
Yeah, it's been like a very recently charted planet in the Outer Rim. So no one, and there's no native species, no sentient native species there. So yeah, it's just kind of like a place that some explorers go every once in a while, but it got quickly deemed as a very unimportant, and so nobody has spent a whole lot of time here.
Is there something we can roll to see what side of the Force it's like naturally attuned to? Or
Sure. That seems like Force wise or Force tremors wise or something.
I could roll that if you wanted me to.
Or maybe it's just meditation.
I mean, I like that better. That's a 6 for
I'm
me.
trying to think exactly what that would be. Because with meditation, you can.
So I think meditation is sensing it, and Force-wise is knowing it.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, it's
So
probably
meditation and forking those two in.
Yes, I think so. Let's make it an ob 3.
Right. Can I throw into that to see if it's like a spot the Sith will be able to easily sense us?
That'll probably that'll all kind of be
Increase.
bundled within the same thing.
Are you guys gonna help with this or not?
Do you tell them what you're doing?
Well, yeah, I'm just like, well, I'm going to meditate quick to see just how much danger we're in here.
I don't feel comfortable meditating with the dark
Maybe
side.
there's the
user.
answer. Yes, we are in danger. don't need to meditate.
And I say I'm not meditating with the Sith.
Okay.
My master seems very seems to highly object to the idea of meditating with you.
I can tell by the tone of the.
I assumed as much.
But I appreciate your input.
I could just negatively grunt.
Negatively grunt.
Maybe it will help you if you want. Just tell me what you need.
And he just grabs the bottom of your tunic or whatever you're wearing down low around your legs, and he's just like looking up at you, just begging you secretly in hopes that you'll find a way to get his lightsabers back.
Yeah.
Just puppy dog eyeing you as a Jawa is, as close as a Jawa could get, basically.
I show him the proper posture or whatever to meditate in, and then I like slightly levitate. I assume that's what that looks like.
Yeah. Ren, are you helping?
Maybe it's
helping who?
So Kalos said basically he's going to try to meditate to like discern if they're in danger. If you guys are in danger,
right.
like if they could sense
the Sith like immediately finding us.
Right. You're asking me if I'm helping him meditate.
Yeah. Biaka made it clear that he doesn't want to because he's a Sith. Sounds like Nibbit is.
I think
get in the position whether or not I actually get off the ground. That's something I've never done.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like go ahead.
Right, yeah, just like holding his hand. Like, how are you doing that?
While I'm waiting for Ren to say yes or no, I'm talking to Nibbit. I'm just like, open your mind to the Force and then force it to do as you please. Force it under your command.
You got to tell him like you got to focus on something you
What
hate.
is the Force? You keep using this word. Robot was wrong. That's not a word. I can fix robot.
Yeah.
I
Someone has to quote Qui-Gon and say the Force is in all living things.
I don't think any of us are as cool as Qui-Gon.
Yeah,
I think he does sit down and he says,
This being Ren.
Yeah.
What?
Ren is saying this.
Yeah, no. He I think he does sit down. And he just like
Good luck.
I will meditate. I think that is the wise thing to do here. And it's just like seems really uncomfortable, but is like
uncomfortable just at the idea of meditating with me, or uncomfortable that I had a smart idea?
Just uncomfortable with meditating with you.
Okay.
Because we could probably feel the dark side on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gross.
So yeah, does anyone answer Nivet's question about the Force?
Guess not.
I want to just quote.
I didn't realize that was a question.
I said I couldn't understand that one.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, did I not make it sound
So good? The Sith didn't understand it. I heard what he said.
Yeah, so basically Lance was saying like, you keep using that word, like that's not a word. Like what is that? Like I don't understand.
Oh.
He's saying, "What's the Force?"
Yeah.
I've never heard that.
Right, basically.
I Google the definition.
The Force is what gives the Jedi
Force?
his
That's what he
power.
said?
That's when, yeah, because Nibbit doesn't know what the Force is. So
It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds. Oh, I want HK to say that. It binds the galaxy together.
so he says, exasperated explanation. My master wants me to indoctrinate you into the Jedi religion. Here's what he said. The Force.
Religion. Maybe didn't want religion. He just wants to know how to use cool lightsabers.
Apparently, that is the key to using the cool lightsabers. I don't understand this, for I am a droid.
What the Force really is its passion and strength, power.
That doesn't help him understand what it is.
What are we doing right now? What? No.
And this is where Connor says it's peace, serenity, and harmony.
Nibbit keeps asking us what the Force is every time somebody mentions it.
Right.
Who even mentioned it?
I understand what we're doing. I'm just flabbergasted at what we're doing. I think Ren is just like, no, this isn't the time. The Force is something that is. Can I make something up about the Force right now with Force-wise?
Yeah, roll Force-wise.
Okay, I'm going to establish that the Force is balance.
Okay.
Ooh.
According to the Jedi, right?
So, I mean, the thing is,
The Jedi.
that's definitely according to the Jedi, the ancient Tythonian original Force users.
But are we saying that this is actually true about the Force?
That is a bigger thing. So Ren, you could attempt to make that test, but actually determining that is true would be like an Ob 9 test, because that's like so fundamental to everything.
Okay. Do I have to roll now that you told me?
I mean, if that's what you want to be true, yeah.
Or you could change it. You say something else.
It sounds like that's what you want to be true, so might as well roll.
Well, there's no way I can succeed.
Yeah.
Connor, I'll fork in my Force-wise.
Is it something that you also want to be true?
I don't think he would.
I just want the challenging test.
Jared.
I do actually think that the balance aspect is interesting.
Even if your Sith don't believe it, right?
Yeah, what my Sith believes and what me personally think would be cool for the story don't necessarily need to line up.
Yep, that's true.
So the Force is balance.
Can I force in Jedi doctrine since I would know about this?
Force in?
Did you say Force?
Crap. Okay. New.
That canon. Should be what we say.
New
force in.
Lingo. Force it in. Yep. Heck yeah.
Jared's being killed by a cat.
Can I fork in meditation? Because that's quite literally what we're doing.
No.
Really?
Just because you're meditating doesn't mean that the Force is balanced. That's a stretch.
I'm going to fork in Sith doctrine.
Yes, you can. That's true. You can actually make
what does that mean
with meditation.
The Force is balanced.
So
what do you mean by that?
My thought would be, Connor, if that's what you're going for, then we go back to the Tythonian understanding, which is basically like, as a Jedi, then the JE _ not underscore
AI or whatever
apostrophe DAII. The original Force users, it was basically the Force is balance, and so you have to make sure you're never tipping more towards the light or more towards the dark. You have to be in the center. But you can use both the light and the dark side to channel various powers. But you just have to make sure that you draw yourself back to the center once you're done, right? So you channel the dark side to do aggressive things, and then you go back to the balance. Right.
Well, that's definitely not what I want to be true.
But what is the Force itself?
What do you want it to be then, Connor?
Well, no, I don't. No, I'm sorry. I do want that to be true about the Force, but I don't want to
your character to believe that.
Believe alongside with the original Jedi and think being on the light side is bad.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So why would? So basically, what you're saying is you want the Force to be this way and your character to be wrong.
I mean, that's essentially what I want.
What I'm saying is, okay, so the Force.
I started something so much bigger than I thought it was.
I want to establish that the Force is a light side and dark side thing that constantly balances itself.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That
and so I believe that I should be on the light side because I want to fight the evil side, but I know that the Force needs the balance.
The Force itself is ambivalent to the good and evil of the dark side and the light side.
Right.
It just is.
It just is.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I think that will probably be like an ob. Let's make it an ob 7.
Are we establishing that as long as there is light and dark side, there will always be back and forth war between them until they all become Genserai, then there will be no more war?
Yeah, or
well, that could be a theory based off of this, but I don't think we should necessarily establish that right now.
Yeah, so what Connor wants to be true is the Force balances itself, right? That's your main thing, is like the Force itself is moving to balance itself somehow.
So it's an eternal energy source that has a will.
That has a will and seeks to balance itself in such a way that there's never more of one side than the other. Right, Connor? That's what you're trying to figure out?
Because nobody created the Force.
Say it again, Caleb.
So, from my understanding of what you're saying, you would want the Force to be right, as everybody else understands the Force, it's both an actual will, but also a power, and that will and power constantly seek to balance the Force. It specifically that means in actuality that there's no more of one side of the Force than the other. It's balanced.
So the Force is Amil.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, in the terms of the power of light and dark is always about the same. Yeah. I think that sounds like ob 6. That seems more reasonable than.
Okay. What's the ob for the meditation?
Meditation ob 2.
Okay.
You
Jared,
can have my fork.
meditation?
I'll help him.
I'll fork in meditation today.
Okay.
Can I just say that once Ren starts meditating with him, I say, okay, I guess it's okay.
Yes, be drawn into this compromise.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a success on our meditation roll.
Yep, so 1 extra die.
Okay, so I'm rolling Force-wise.
Doctrine into Sith doctrine into this.
Okay.
Can he give me a fork?
He can give you a helping die, yeah.
With a fork?
What?
It's the same.
He's just giving you a helping die.
Oh, you're using your Sith doctrine as your helping die?
Yeah, exactly.
Rather than Force-wise.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. That's what he's saying. Basically, that's what he wants to get the test in, is the idea.
Okay, so I'm going to fork in Jedi Doctrine, obviously. Yep. And then is Biaka, did you want to help me as well?
Yeah.
With Force-wise?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Okay.
I fork in everything possible.
And
you can
then
only fork one thing, and since you're not the one rolling that.
Yeah, it's not forking, it's helping.
Then I fork in 1.
Yeah.
Can I fork in Force Tremors wise? Which and
Force wise, yeah. Or Force wise is Force wise is what you're rolling, but yeah.
I didn't even have to make my argument. I thought it made sense to me, but
yep.
Okay, so that's 2 plus 2. Okay. Part of me wants to spend Persona on this, but I don't think that I will. And you said ob 6?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy.
Whoa, nice. Yeah, there you go. Mark that difficult test. Yep. So that is true about the Force. The Force seeks to balance itself out.
Go. Is that something we know, though? Because we established that that's what's true.
That's at the very least what Ren knows.
Okay.
Right?
Well, isn't it a thing that he just believes that?
I mean, I think he, with the role, I think he established that is true about the setting. Right? So obviously, it's up to Ren whether or not he believes it as well, but he at least knows it's true because he just made a test to like know it.
Okay.
But yeah.
Was that a test to know it or to make it true? Because
both.
I thought those were two different things.
So the point of making something up would be to say that it's true and to know it, right? It wouldn't be it wouldn't be helpful to you as a character if you didn't also know it when you made it up. So
okay. Yeah. Just for clarity, Connor, can you tell me exactly what you tell Nibbit when he asks what the Force is? Because I don't think you ever.
Oh yes, we didn't actually answer that. Yeah,
we went on that big tangent.
Yep. He says the Force is I think he does say like the Qui-Gon Jinn thing, right? Of like the Force is everything and everywhere, and it drives the what's the word? It drives history forward. It determines so much of our universe by way of balance.
So what Nibbit is hearing is that the Force is some really big guy that has a big steering wheel and somehow controls steering wheel of universe through balancing and balance board.
It's gonna be harder than I thought.
Open it all the way and scoot over.
Nibbit will try to understand. Master, please explain more later to me.
Not Ren. I'm not Ren. Talos goes to like instinctively like poke fun at what Ren was saying, but then he just nods a little bit.
Okay.
And doesn't.
So Nibbit tries to join Kalos and gets to the position and tries to understand the concepts that were just given to him.
So for this for the other role that started this all, are you helping Bioka? The actual meditation role for the sensing the planet?
I think he said he was.
Yeah. But now I'm not. I helped for that part.
Okay. So
Is
you're
that
still
fine?
not helping for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 help dice. Then wait.
We're all just sitting in this ship for like 30 minutes just trying to decide what to do because we're meditating so much.
What's the op for that kid? You said it was 2? 3 or 4?
It is 3.
Okay, I rolled a 9.
No, nice. You did a lot of dice, yeah. Sounds good, yeah. So
you know everything there is to know about this planet.
So, well, at least in a Force sense, and the Force sense you get is there is like just the normal, the fact that there are living creatures on this planet means there is the Force present here. That is about the extent of it, right? That's it. There's no balance. There's no balance. There's no tipping to one way or the other. There's no strong Force presence in any particular way, which means that if they're looking for you via the Force, you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb on this planet.
I just looked to Ren. I'm just like, we need to leave now.
Do we
look back at the shuttle? It's just
meditation.
It's a routine. Yeah.
Well, it's not what your test was, Kalos. It's the obstacle against what their number is. So it could be different.
Oh. Okay. Never mind then.
Based on what do you have in meditation? 3. Sorry, you have 5 meditation, but yeah. So that means 5 dice against op 3 is a routine, which you don't need. So didn't help you.
Gosh dang! I keep doing all these things with meditation, not getting anything for it.
Yeah. That's the trouble of being like almost a master in it. In terms of like, having a high skill. Am I a
master though? Am I?
Well, so you're I'm trying to remember what the actual like wording is on 5, but it's definitely being really good at it. So,
Avant.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe it just needs to be quiet because he's made too many tangents, and we just need to actually continue the story.
I have thoroughly loved every.
Oh no, it's great. I don't regret at all spending time making rolls for Jedi Doctrine or Force or anything like that. That's fun to me. But yeah, so you guys are stuck on the planet.
We need to leave now because the big ships that almost killed us earlier, they're coming here. So, ship go fly or we go boom boom.
No, the ship's destroyed though. We don't have parts.
We're stuck on a planet without parts. So
can I roll observation to see if I notice anything around that could help us?
I guess
so.
Because I have a feeling you had us land here for a reason.
So observation is to find hidden people or like specifically hidden things, like someone hid something in a drawer or something. Just like trying to find something that could be helpful in this situation. That's actually probably a scavenging test from Nibbit.
Master, don't worry, I got this. And Nibbit he walks out, no worries, doesn't think about any danger at all, and he just goes out and he's gonna do his scavenging thing to figure out.
I'm just gonna follow it.
Cool. I mean, does anyone else have any help dice they can offer the scavenging roll? It could be like a wise or something else that you think would help.
Meditation. That's about it.
Yeah, why can't we just search the Force to know what to do?
You can also do that. You can make a meditation roll.
I'll do that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that's what Ren and Biaka are doing, is they just try to find something out via the Force instead.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That makes sense to me.
Do you have any skills you can help with, Callus?
What's your? I think
I'm helping Nibbit.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your meditation, Connor?
It is telekinesis to lift up heavy things for him to be able to lick under.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Yeah, that works.
I can't believe you accept that. All right. I won't complain.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a 6.
Then you should. Yeah, you roll. Mine's only 4. And I'll help you.
And Carlos isn't, correct?
No, Carlos is
he's out. He's busy. Yeah.
And what's the op?
So you're trying to what exactly? I assume you're trying to like receive a vision in the Force, but like, what do you want it to tell you?
I don't know.
Maybe there's something on. Can we search to like this planet to know if there's something on this planet that can help us, or can?
Sure. Yeah.
Like maybe there's a reason the Force guided us here.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think it's Ob 4.
Yeah, sure. Ob 4.
Yep.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yikes! That was bad. That was very bad.
Yeah.
So we learned nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Unless you want to spend Arth in it. Yeah.
No.
Sounds good. Cool.
Yeah, definitely not.
So Nibbit, you can make a scavenging test. You can get the help dice from Kalos, and then component wise, Uncharted wise, yeah.
Do I not have to roll for Uncharted wise or component?
So the reason we were doing link tests before is because you were making so many jury rigging tests and you don't have the skill, which means you can't fork automatically. Right? When you have the skill, you can just fork them automatically.
Okay. So scavenging.
Yep.
What was I at?
So scavenging and then helping die from Kalos. I think you can fork in survival, given it's like a, uncharted world, trying to find your way through it and stuff.
Yep.
Component wise, Uncharted wise, and probably trove wise.
I was also going to ask, I'm still not sure how this whole thing works.
Mhm.
Does Reclaimer help at all? Or Scavenger help at all?
It would be Scavenger. And again, call-on traits are, you roll them afterwards. So basically the way it works is a call-on trait is like a trait you can call on after you've already failed to re-roll failed dice to try to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So those can always come in, but only after the roll.
Native of a desolate world, would that help?
Or
is that not? The same category.
I'll give you an advantage die because I mean you're a Jawa. Yeah, this is your thing. The whole situation, including the world and all that stuff.
That gives me 7,
6, I think.
So. I counted 7, but if you want it to be 6, I can do 6. It's
help, survival, component, uncharted, trove, and bonus die. Should be 6. Unless there's one I'm forgetting.
I must have miscounted. It's fine.
Oh, you can add in foraging actually.
If you guys just keep counting one higher, he'll always just find a way to add it.
I see what's happening.
Okay, what's the
good question. What are you actually trying to find specifically?
I am trying to find, knowing him, he's probably just trying to find either, I have to say one definite thing. So I'd probably say something that could be used to help us get
to fix the ship
up and running again.
Right, of course.
Yeah. We'll have
perfect.
Rolling with that many dice, you should ask for a really huge ship on the planet.
I'm looking for a really big ship.
It would probably like something that can help you fix the shuttle so that you can get off the planet. Makes sense. Actually finding a full intact ship on here would probably be too high of an op. But I think Ob 5 is where you're looking for something that can fix the ship. Ooh. All right.
Okay.
Well, you could spend a fate if you'd like to. You do have 2 6s but we're almost to the end of the session, so you might as well use your call on.
Call on.
Your scavenger trait?
I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
Never.
Can I only use that once?
So it's once per session, but we're almost to the end of the session anyway, so might as well.
Okay, so how do I use that, I guess?
So basically you're gonna reroll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice, because you failed 6 of the 10 you had. And you can just copy this without the period.
Cool.
That's more than you needed. Yep. There you go. Yeah. So you find someone's ship crashed here a long time ago, and you find a bunch of good pieces of a ship that you can, that Kalos could lift up with his telekinesis, right, and get back to the ship. Including,
what kind of ship is it?
Good question. It is
big ship,
smuggling ship.
Yeah, that's probably the most likely. Some smuggling ship that just got crashed somewhere.
Would this be because I have 3 skill points in scavenging? Is that a routine or is that a difficult?
So
it
is a routine. Yep. It's based on the amount of dice you have against it. So 10 versus 5 is a routine. Yep.
Okay, and I just get that 1 skill, so scavenging, correct?
Yeah. So it's the routine on scavenging. Yep. For sure. Cool. You got it.
Hey, I found something in the dirt over here. Help me, Kidmaster, help me dig this up.
And then nib it, and we just start moving some. Yeah, we move some rocks, and underneath the rocks are the ship buried underneath.
Yeah, and I think by the time when it crashed here, it probably any cargo that it had got destroyed. So whatever it was smuggling, it's not usable anymore. But yeah, the actual ship itself.
I mean, spice has a very long shelf life.
It's not spice. It's something else.
So you're saying
it's probably like something fragile that would just broke when it landed.
Let's be honest here, Jared. If I rolled for like finding important stuff that isn't like specifically what we're looking for, he's just gonna have to make up a ton because my scavenging is so high. It's just better this way.
Yeah. So yeah, but you managed to find like a working engine.
Finds another lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly. A working engine, like a bunch of working parts that are still perfectly fine that you can jury rig into the ship. And that is the next thing that does need to happen is you'll need to actually like jury rig the ship itself, or you can. So again, jury rigging is always the thing that Nibbit can do to, make it kind of makeshift work. But if Nibbit also wants to work on like an actual skill, like as like mechanics or something that to actually fix things without them breaking immediately afterwards, that's also something.
No, this is the Nibbit way. Nibbit doesn't fix things.
He rigs things. Yeah.
He rigs things.
On the way back to the ship with the parts, I asked Nibbit, hey, when you're fixing the ship, could you mess with like the nav computer so it can't go to Coruscant? not to a specific planet.
Lost?
That would be pretty.
If that's where Master wants.
Yes, thank you. That would be amazing. Coruscant, not a good place. Place full of corrupt politicians who will take more than your lightsabers. They'll take away your force abilities if they see so fit.
That's true. I mean, the politicians won't, but yeah.
Well, I mean, in his mind, the Jedi are basically
that's fair. That's fair.
Point.
And then Nibbit's like,
Okay, sounds good.
and then he sees you like force carrying the engine, and he's just like putting his hands up, hoping that somehow it's helping. Hopes.
Yeah.
Hopes to learn.
Cool. Yeah, so as you guys are coming back with the stuff, I think we cut back to Ren and Biaka, and you guys have failed to meditate, right? To fail to find something, but I think instead, at least you, Ren, you see your friend who died stand before you. And what's her name? Do you want me to make up a name or?
Oh, definitely you should. Definitely you should.
Yeah, I'll make one up real quick. Star Wars name generator. Her name is Lurie Jakin. So it's pronounced Lurie. So Lurie, again, like short cropped, brown hair, kind of like right below her ears. She is wearing, Jedi clothing. But probably, she's probably wearing the same clothing she was wearing on the day she died. So like military Jedi clothing, right? So like the kind of, she probably has the Jedi robe on over it, but it's like, whatever, the Jedi armor that like Obi-Wan and stuff has worn in the past and stuff like that when they're, actually in combat. She's standing before you. And I think, you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Connor, but I'm thinking Lurie was like a combat medic. That was mainly her role. She had a really good healing ability. And so she didn't like go out into the fray. She was in the fray with you guys, but mainly she was just trying to like make sure everybody got out alive. And so, I think she just kind of reaches down as you kind of like are meditating, and then you like open your eyes and you see her, and she like kneels down next to you and like kind of wipes at your brow, in a similar way as she's done before, like when she was like healing and kind of like just helping your mind be at ease after a battle. What do you do? Are you responding at all?
Obviously this has happened before, so I just say, wait, what'd you say your name was again?
Lurie.
You wrote it down right, Lurie. Thank you, Lurie. How are we doing?
She quirks her head and she says, "The battle isn't over. If that's what you mean."
It's just as cryptic as I expected.
Yep.
Gosh darn it.
You do have the trait. The trait is haunted by luminous beings. Not, I have a best friend who tells me anything I want to know.
That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
She fizzles out, and last seconds whisper, she says, "I would have chosen you out of the two."
Yeah. You were definitely hotter.
Yikes.
I would have left the Jedi too if it meant that I could be with you.
Just want to dig that knife in as much as possible.
I think I'm just like, Larry, I've been meaning to ask you something. This Nibbit, he's strong in the Force. Should I actually train him?
She seems to think about that. She says, "We learn like we breathe. It just happens naturally. We soak in information wherever we go. And sometimes we find our own teachers. Sometimes they aren't the teachers we need." And her implication basically is like, Nibbit's going to learn no matter what you do, but he's probably going to end up learning from someone else.
If you don't teach him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the distance, you just see the two of them coming back with the engine, and it's just arms up in the air.
Exactly. Yeah.
Way off in the distance, but you see it.
Yeah, it's flat enough.
I haven't taught him anything bad yet.
I think that's enough for him to be like, all right, it's my duty to do so. If I don't, then she's right. He'll just learn somewhere else. And like does Carlos come around the bend then as well? And I'm like, yeah, I don't want him to teach him.
Where am I when this happens? Yeah. I forget.
So Bianca, you're still meditating. I think you aren't witnessing any of this. Like you guys were meditating together, but Ren kind of wakes up from his meditation and has this conversation, but you're still deep in the meditation. So you're not. Yeah. But you probably wake up now and you're just nothing, right? Like you guys weren't able to see anything.
Also, what'd you say this planet was called again?
Hypori.
Hypori?
Yeah, so rocky landscape, small oceans, temperate.
Literally nothing.
Yeah. The main thing is there are
if it's
some animals.
If it is the first thing that I saw on Google Images, it's the planet, then the Clone Wars animated, the way old one. It's the first time we see General Grievous.
Yep.
That's literally what I have.
There's lots of stuff that happens later in the timeline on this planet, but as of right now, nothing important has happened on this planet. So
there aren't even any cool animals.
The Massives are there.
That's always
They're kind of cool.
That's always going to be my headcanon. I loved those.
Oh yeah.
Clone Wars movies.
Yep, the 2D ones. Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
Yep.
The little doggies. Do we find any little doggies?
Maybe. Yeah, I mean they're around.
Oh, the wind rails are pretty. That's the 3-horned thingy.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So those are around.
Right.
So
I don't think there's an entry for them
on
Wikipedia. I think when I clicked on it, there was nothing there really, and no picture or anything. So I think they just get mentioned.
Unfortunately, they're herbivores unless they're starving.
Can I see if I can get the working engine jury rigged in?
Yeah, I think so.
If anyone wants to help me,
I don't think any of us are capable of helping with that one.
Yeah, I don't think so. We don't have any skills that pertain to it. I can meditate.
Boomer does.
Yeah.
The magical meditation could just make things go better. Okay, if no one's helping me while I'm alone, I'm gonna definitely mess with the navigation system.
Well, I mean, you can do that, but I was gonna ask if I could like talk with your character.
Okay.
So do you want to do your role first, and then I'll stumble upon you after you messed with the navigation system?
What would messing with the navigation system be?
Jury rigging, baby.
I don't think it would be jury rigging because you want it to work afterwards, right? You want it to. I think it would be programming. But that's perception. I mean, you're good at perception stuff, so it's not like you're going to fail this necessarily.
Necessarily. Okay, so what'd you say this was again?
Programming? Yeah, based on perception. And I think it's going to be in OB 2.
I don't know where my thing is. Weird. I pushed the button and nothing's happening. Maybe it's still figuring things out because I just put it in.
Weird.
Where is it?
Should be in
I
at the
can't
bottom
find it.
of Bean and Learned.
Let me see if I can push something else and have something pop up. Let me refresh this quick, see if that's the issue. Otherwise, you can roll for it while I'm figuring this out. I 100% trust you.
Yeah, let me double check what the op's going to be.
He hasn't played a lot of games with you yet, Gib.
What? Oh, he trusts me. Yeah.
He said that he 100% trusts you.
I trust Caleb.
Actually, I think it's going to be an OB 1. Because
sometimes it works out for the better.
The obstacle on here is like OB 1 is tweaking code, and OB 2 is writing the subroutine. I think all you need to do is tweak code, right? All you need to do is basically like delete Coruscant from the nav computer entirely.
Okay. Okay. Would research help in any reason?
I don't think so.
In any way. Okay, I don't think I have anything to help me with this.
No, I don't think so either. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be an
if you want to go to an uncharted world, you could do Uncharted, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's not what that's not what would be the intent, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is component wise helpful there?
Again, he can't fork any of these things in, so you have to roll them separately as a link test.
Oh.
Which would might fail. So I mean honestly at this point it's gonna only double the 2 and he has 6 dice on it, so it's probably he's probably gonna do it.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I would just put OB as 1 for that.
I thought sorry.
You're good.
There it is. Additional OB 1. Or no, shoot. I meant to put it as 0. Well, either way.
Yeah. I mean, you still succeeded with flying colors. So you can mark a bubble on programming. And yeah, so Nibbit, you successfully, hack into the nav computer and just delete Coruscant. And Ren, you walk in right as after he's done this.
Hello, Nibbit.
Hello. How can I help you?
Well, I thought about it, and I would like to be your master. I would like to teach you in the ways of the Force, if you'll have me.
We hear the Force theme in the background.
Just like
yeah. Keep going.
I'm okay with calling you Master too, if it means that I learn twice as fast on how to use a lightsaber.
Well, there's something that you need to understand about Kalos. How he learned the Force was from the dark side. Does that make sense to you?
well, Tatooine had a lot of sun, so there really wasn't a dark side to the planet. It was very, like, most of the time it was a sunny side of the planet. It was very inconsistent. Like, is it bad if somebody's from the darker side of the planet?
Yes. Very bad.
Racist.
I'll do it. Fenrir is always a bad pickle. He was always mean. I never liked him. He was from the dark side, too.
Those Tusken Raiders, always hated them. They're from the
those
dark
Tusken
side.
Raiders, man.
Oh man.
Okay. Maybe we try his best to, I think, twice before listening to other master.
Well, it's not exactly.
I'll have two masters. You'll just be my favorite master.
Basically.
Yeah, I'm not quite. That's not really what I meant.
I mean, you could try to make it like an actual argument round and then make a roll to try to convince him, right? As long as Lance would be okay with his character possibly be convinced by an
Sure.
having.
Yes, please let him make a roll.
Oh, right. You don't have any skills towards that. Yeah, I forgot.
If it hasn't known you guys that long, he's flip-floppity.
Yep. You can make a command roll. It's like, okay, I since you're my apprentice, I think
that's what it is. As I say, so you are accepting me as your master.
Oh, yes, I will call you master.
Well, as first act as your master, I forbid you to learn and listen to Kalos.
Oh gosh.
What he will teach you is dark and dangerous.
So firm.
Well, he has to if he's gonna roll command. So
if what he teaches you takes hold, there's no telling what you might do and what might happen. Do you remember earlier when I said that those lightsabers were dangerous, that you almost killed me?
Yes, I remember that.
Well, did you also see what Kalos did with his lightsaber earlier?
Yes, I did. It was really cool. Keeps using what you call a force and stabbing people. Go stab.
Is that what you want to do to people? Cut off their arms and legs? Hurt them? Do you want to kill people?
Maybe doesn't know what he wants. Maybe he wants to do cool flippy flips. And have a happy life. That's what Maybe wants.
Oh, wait, you don't eat my fill. Go.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, I love Nibbit. Nibbit's my favorite character.
The true neutral Jedi.
I want to do flippy flips. So Ren, what's the final thing you say to try to get your command to stick?
Or is he rethinking all of a sudden?
Well, he definitely had that moment, yeah. But he still wants to offer it.
Yeah.
He says, well, if I am to take you on as my master, I will teach you nothing but Jedi doctrine. And Sith doctrine will be strictly forbidden, which is what Kalos will teach you. So Nibbit, this is where you must choose. And I am telling you as your master, you must not listen to Kalos.
All right, make that roll. We'll see how he responds.
Okay, I'd like to fork in Jedi doctrine.
You told us about Jedi doctrine. You didn't show us any Jedi doctrine. Like you Well, I know. I guess you did. You talked about the light and the dark side, and like, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'd like to fork in Force-wise because everything I said was just about Force-wise.
About the Force.
Or Force-wise.
And to be honest, you knowing about the Force would probably convince
Force-wise.
Nibbit because he's like, I need to know about this stuff. So you sounding smart about it would help.
Oh, you know what I should do actually though? Can I also talk to? I'd like to also like ask Nibbit like do you get like a sick feeling when you're near him? Like can you sense it? Because he is Force sensitive. So like I ask him if he can sense the like darkness that comes from him.
Is this before you commanding me?
Let the record show I am hiding it most of the time, so they won't be able to find us as fast. But
and probably the answer would probably be yes, because at least you felt the aura of fear, Nibbit, that first time.
But I didn't know it was from him.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So
Nibbit feels something strange when he's next to all of you. Something Nibbit hasn't felt before. Like, it's kind of like a presence. It's really hard to explain. I think the feeling is different from you. You and furry man are different than Master. Have a different presence, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So I think he tells you like yes, when people are in tune with the dark side of the Force, they how would I describe this?
They radiate fear and anger.
Yeah, they radiate fear and anger. Yeah. So he says that as well, and then he kind of gives you the command. But yeah, I felt like that was
Force tremors wise, I assume.
Well, yeah, but also just like that's my strongest argument is like if he's Force sensitive, he should be able to sense the darkness coming from him. It'd be really stupid of me not to mention that.
Yeah, I just wanted to make it a point that like Nibbit doesn't know what the feeling is. He just knows that there's something there as different.
Right. Yep. All right. Well, I guess what's my ob here?
Your ob is his will.
Decide what. Oh, really?
It's Nibbit's will.
Is there not situational bonuses?
If Nibbit would think that it would be higher than so Lance, if you think it would be higher than a 4, so your will is 4. If you think the obstacle would be higher than that, you can add to that if you'd like. But
to convince me to solely make you my master, I would say probably like from my rough understanding of this game, I would probably give it an ob 5 or 6.
Sure.
Because that's a pretty intense thing to ask of me.
And Kalos has been the only one that's been particularly nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yoka still
like you really haven't talked to me that much up until now.
Yeah. So which one of those do you think? 5 or 6?
Oh, shoot. I hate to be the mean person. Let's just say 5.
Okay.
Sure.
Yep. So I've 5, Connor.
Oh.
Connor's looking at his dice and not liking what he's seeing. Do you have Persona, right, Connor?
Yep, I'm gonna put 2 Persona into this.
Kalos isn't here to object.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Nice. Connor's back at it again with the Connor roll.
You can mark that difficult, and you can roll a fate if you'd like.
Yeah.
No, it's my last fate. I don't want to do that.
I mean, we're about to end the session, so.
Well, yeah, but that's still one less fate I'll have next session, and
it's a pretty high.
That's a very, very low chance of success.
Yeah. Never tell me the odds, Connor.
Nibbit doesn't know how to feel about this. You're kind of pressuring Nibbit into a weird situation.
And he's just backing out of the room, very scared, as you were just yelling basically at this small Jawa.
Nibbit needs to think on it.
And he just walks away, totally forgetting that, yes, I guess he can go into a different place, go outside of the spaceship to work on the engine or whatever. I don't know.
Well, now Nibbit ain't ever getting his lightsabers back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Kalos can help him with that.
You have to fight me.
Yeah. Cool. Well, so I think the last shot we see, right, is I think we see we kind of back up in time and we see XR Kun and I think it was XR. Did we say XR or Ulik? One of them. I think it was XR.
Oh.
We see him on the bridge of the big ship that was above at Tatooine that you guys like came face to face with before you went into hyperspace. And we see this scene from their perspective now, right? So XR is just like looking out over everything, and we see him like lock force eyes with you, Kalos, as you like pushed out your presence. And you guys kind of just like are feeling each other's presence, and then suddenly you disappear, and Naxar like frowns and he says, "Great. Well, Kalos, no matter where you run in this universe, we will find you." And he turns to a guy in and Jared, would you actually describe to me what your bounty hunter character looks like?
Oh no, Caleb, no, already. I never came up with an alien for him. We should come up with that together. What would be a good bounty hunter for an alien?
Oh, good alien for bounty hunter.
Yeah.
I don't know. You have Duros and Rhodians. And
I've always been a fan of Rhodians.
Rhodians are pretty fun.
That's me.
You could have him be I mean, honestly, you could probably do the alien traits with a Mandalorian. Right?
Yes, please. Yes.
I'm down with that.
It.
Just make him a Mandalorian.
Yep, that's what he is.
Cool.
Yeah. It's okay if you want to keep this a secret, but did all of his relationships make it past the DM's description?
I haven't looked yet, so probably not. But so he turns to this Mandalorian. What does the armor look like?
It's probably, if this is okay with you, since I put a bunch of resources into it, like kind of like a active camo, like paint job that like kind of changes with the environment he's in. It's not like invisibility.
Yeah,
it's just the paint
sure
kind of adapts to the environment he's in.
Cool. Yeah. So he turns to this Mandalorian and for your guys' reference, for the other players' reference, Jared just randomly made a bounty hunter character because he was like, oh, I want to make a bounty hunter in this system. And I looked at this sheet and I was like, yeah, I'm going to send this guy after you guys. So XR turns to this guy and then says, "You claimed before that you could find anyone in the galaxy, anywhere. It's time to make good on your promise." And then we just cut from there. So let's go ahead and do beliefs and instincts and stuff, and we can get out of here. Ren, let's start with you. So beliefs, the Jedi are complacent. It'll be different. I'll start by helping Nibbit. You're certainly attempting to. I don't know if you've like succeeded on that in like a concrete way yet, but you're working towards it. You've made rolls towards it. Right.
Yeah,
at the very least, you've attempted to get Nibbit to turn away from the dark side and failed, but you still worked on it. So that's a fate point.
Right. Okay. this Jawa is strong in the Force. I will consult my luminous beings to see if I should take him on as my next apprentice.
Yeah. It happened. I don't know if you didn't make a roll or anything there, but the fact that it exists was certainly interesting in the narrative, and I liked that scene a lot. So I'm fine with you taking a fate for that part of it.
But it didn't need a roll.
I know. No. What I'm saying is you still get a fate. I'm not saying you don't get a fate. I'm just saying you get a fate for a different reason other than you worked on it. Because you didn't actually work on it. You just, but the scene it pushed the story forward in an interesting way, and I liked it. So that's also worthy of a fate point. So for beliefs. Then your third one.
Kalos is not to be trusted. I will keep him from harming innocents.
You certainly attempted to, at least with
he
Nibbit.
Didn't really threaten to harm. Oh yeah,
right. At least with Nibbit, that's what you were attempting to do. So
yeah,
you can do a fate point there.
I at least I'll have force points next time.
Yep. Instincts. I'm not sure any of those came up in a way that
I didn't really get into trouble.
Yeah, they didn't really come up in a way that didn't also come up in.
Well,
beliefs.
how about what's it? Where is it? Prominent scar. Nibbit also didn't think that I was this nice guy, because when he turned around the corner, we were both had our lightsabers, and obviously it was Jared that scared him, but I wasn't a comforting looking person.
Well, as soon as I saw you, I was super excited. I was just this weird force.
Yeah, I'm not sure that came up at all as a negative thing for Nibbit per se. So yeah, sorry,
Connor.
I don't think it ever got described once in the entire session, so you can't get a fate point for it if we didn't even remember it existed. So yeah, but
it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah, so 3 fate points there. Make sure you take off your persona that you spent and put him in command, by the way. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I don't understand. Say it again.
Make sure you take off the persona that you spent and put them into command. You spent the 2 persona, right?
Oh, whoops.
Yeah,
that'd have been funny.
All good.
I think
Kalos.
I was gonna ask, do I get anything for him not getting the command off? Does my steel go up or whatever it is?
No. We can look at the steel.
There wasn't a contested roll.
Yeah, exactly. It was basically against your will, right? It's against the static idea of your will.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. I don't think so.
Okay.
Kalos, what about your stuff?
I'm back. Sorry. I've been leaving because my cat made a mess and I've been cleaning it up.
Oh, yeah.
In the other room. All right. The Jedi have compromised my hiding place. I will find out if this new planet is a suitable place for me to stay hidden. It is not.
It is not, yeah. So you succeeded. You made the roll and determined it. So persona for you.
It seems like I am stuck with these Jedi for the time being, so for now I will learn something new about my would-be captors.
Did you succeed
I did learn about
on
their
a
views
roll?
on the Force.
Yeah, I don't think you made a. So you
I don't think
can
I made a roll.
You can get a
for
fate
them,
point.
but
You can get a fate point for it.
Yeah,
but not a persona. Yep. You're starting
makes
to
sense.
learn new things.
Mm-hmm. We've mysteriously jumped to somewhere in the galaxy. I will find out what caused this sudden jump. And I made a meditation roll at the beginning.
That's true. Yep. Okay.
Well,
So what did you make that at for again? Find out what caused
when
this
we
sudden
were
journey.
about to search the ship.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
When we left, I made the meditation roll to see who and where
The thing that scared
the story was.
actually.
The thing that scared him.
Yeah.
Never trust a Jedi or a Sith for that matter. I did tamper with the.
That's true.
Ask Nibbit to tamper with the hyperdrive.
Yeah, I don't know if
Is that worth a fate?
I don't.
Or is that more of a
Yes,
fate
I think it is. I think it is. Not because it got you into trouble this time, but because it moved the story in an interesting direction, right? By literally deleting Coruscant from the nav computer, you move the story that because of the instinct. So,
okay. So is that a fate then?
Yep, that's fate.
Oh, okay, cool.
I was zoned out. Why did he do that?
Because he just didn't want to go to Coruscant.
What?
But why?
So
Nibbit didn't want to.
No, so he just
Right?
Yeah,
Kalos
I
just
asked Nibbit
asked
to.
Nibbit to do it.
Oh, I missed all that. I was reading.
Oh yeah.
You know, I asked him to, and he's like, "Yeah, that sounds good."
Why not?
Oh, and Connor couldn't get him not to or something.
Connor,
I didn't even know he was doing that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I meant to give a little funny at the end there and be like, "What were you doing in here, by the way?"
Yeah, I think the
I
scene
don't think
probably.
there's any narrative.
So we don't even know
justification
yet.
any of us would-
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think any of us would be able to have the skills necessary to be able to fix it, much less even notice it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's true.
Only Nibbit.
We're all murder hobos, except we don't murder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A thing I wanted to bring up. Did you guys take care of the stump man? Because I didn't. I just left. Is he just lying on the floors? Because he's probably dead if you didn't do anything.
Unless you had the hostage from the beginning. Who knows where he is?
He's tied up. We tied him up.
Yeah, I assume that's what happened there.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I assume he's just dead. Unless you guys did something with him.
I mean, I would assume Biyaka would do something with him, right?
With what?
Nothing was said.
The torso boy.
No, he's dead.
He wouldn't have died from that, though.
Absolutely, he's dead.
Yeah, because
It's not my job.
What I did didn't kill him.
Absolutely, you're the reason he died.
All of his wounds were cauterized.
What is happening right now? Chad,
He's dead.
Chad as a Jedi is just like, on the one hand, I get mad whenever Ren even looks at Kalos like he might be agreeing with him. On the other hand, I just let a man get his arms and legs chopped off and then walked away and did nothing
I
about
couldn't stop him. His robot healed him. He said his robot healed him.
Oh, you did.
You said that. He said
Yeah,
that.
that's true. You did say that. I forgot now.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so
I mean,
we can deal with that last. We can do that.
It's not a medic
there's nothing
droid,
we can do.
It's
We
a
should have.
torture droid
You should have
that
just
knows
killed him.
narcotics.
We can figure that out next time.
No, I didn't. I was compromising.
No, you should have just killed him.
We'll figure out what
Now
happened to him
he's
next
dying
time.
a slow, terrible, painful. He's having phantom arm and leg syndrome.
I mean, that losing your arms and legs, but having everything instantly cauterized wouldn't kill you necessarily.
He died of shock. He's gonna die from.
I know
Luke survived for a while with his arm cut off and falling down the tube and hanging there for a bit.
I mean, Anakin survived all of that plus being set on.
Yeah.
True.
Nibbit, how's it go to you?
Oh, it's me. Okay. Where is it? Got it. It turns out this welding stick might be something more. I will figure out a way to use it.
You're working on it. Yep. So, fate point there.
Okay. I will seek to do what is best for me personally. I will determine where we are and find safety.
You did it. Persona point. You're the person who's secured safety for everyone. So,
I want to know more about the strange feelings I have been having since I saw this strange device.
So you're working on it. Fate point.
Okay. As for instincts, is that something I do as well?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, instincts and traits
beliefs.
Instincts and traits can also give you fate points.
Okay. Always scavenging materials.
Yeah, I don't think that one's ever gonna get you into trouble unless you are scavenging stuff you shouldn't be scavenging. Always look to my own survival might have come up. Either that or unscrupulous. I feel like. I mean, you had conflict with the other characters because of your lightsabers. That's the main thing I'm thinking about. So maybe I'll give you a fate point for always look to my own survival. So it caused a little bit of trouble for you because you're doing so. I'm not sure the other traits came into play as either you got into trouble or moved the story in an interesting direction.
Unscrupulous.
Yeah, but I think if you gave it unscrupulous and always look to my own survival kind of fit the same slot in this instance for now.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is like scavenger just throughout the whole thing a little bit, and then iron grip me being very like trying to keep the lightsabers, but that's a stretch.
Yeah, I think it is a stretch. Yeah, I don't think it quite counts in this case.
That gotten you into like direct trouble with Bioka, the resisting part probably.
Well, yeah, but iron grip, he actually didn't even use iron grip in that whole situation. We talked about it, and then we realized it didn't actually count. So yeah. So I think it's just those.
Okay,
cool. Biaka, let's take a look at your stuff. Let's see. You're determining if Kalos can be trusted.
I didn't work on that. I just hated on him the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't actually try.
You meditated with me though for the help dice for that.
Yeah,
not the one I did, but the one Connor did.
He didn't actually try to.
So I didn't
trust him.
Yeah, I just already don't trust you, but I didn't try to I just decided that I didn't trust you.
Yeah, exactly.
But isn't that my instinct? I don't trust any non-Jedi until they earn it.
Yeah, I think you can get a fate point for that because you've definitely been like playing that up real well, and it's been causing lots of trouble for you because you haven't been able to get along with Kalos.
Okay, next one. I will not let anyone on the ship die.
So I think if you had succeeded on the roll to like not get the guy's arms and legs chopped off, you would have gotten a persona point. But I think you just get a fate point because obviously no one died yet, but you still didn't really accomplish the spirit of your goal there, which was to just like keep everyone safe. And
if you had actively gone to heal him afterwards, that would have
exactly.
But can I do that?
Next episode,
I can heal him.
You could. I mean, I don't think you have any skills to do so, but
that's what I'm saying. I don't know how I could help him.
Yeah.
What was the healing one through empathy?
Transference.
Transference. Yeah, do you have that?
I think Ren does, but I don't think Biaka does. Yeah. But Biaka,
I have Schadenfreude, so I should be laughing that he got his arms cut off.
True. I forgot about that. But so you
don't have to, like, your traits don't have to say something about your character.
What does that mean? What does that trait mean then?
So it does mean
it does mean that perceive you.
No. That's not true. It's either what is true about your character if you play to it, or it's not something that's true about your character when we vote it off. It's never just what someone perceives about you.
But I picked it. Didn't I pick that? Like I got to pick it for Alien?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is you don't have to play to it every time. It's not like you're required to. But it's something that if you play to, you can get fate points for, is the idea. So.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If there's something on your list that like doesn't fit you at all, will like at the end of a chapter or whatever?
Yeah.
Like we can vote off things that don't apply to your character or anything.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. I think you get a fate point for that second one, Chad. So not a persona, but you get a fate point for the second one. Okay, just make sure.
So third one doesn't apply. I don't think Ren was dark side.
You kind of gave him a side glance at one point, but other than that, it didn't really come up. So
whenever someone speaks ill of the Jedi Order, I get angry and may lash out.
I don't think anyone was like speaking ill of the Jedi Order per se this time yet.
Jared does at
least in front of you. I don't know if he did it in front of you.
Yeah.
They weren't like direct consternations, but more like slightly underhanded comments.
Yeah. I don't think
I will always seek to honor the Jedi code, even to a fault.
Yeah, I don't think that came up in a way that was fate worthy, though.
You stole.
I took the lightsaber.
Yeah, and you determined that it was the Jedi code to do so. Yeah, okay, sure. Yep, fate point. And then we already said fate point for I do not trust any non-Jedi until they earn it. So
I think I took one for that already.
Yeah, I think you did. I don't think any of your traits came up in enough of a capacity to give you a fate point.
I forgot about paranoid on the ship.
Yep. You still have a ship. You can be paranoid.
Hey, I used dreadful. I used my call on.
Does that not work? Yeah. The idea is it's usually like things that get you into trouble, not like they helped me, right?
So I could be like, maybe can I say that I took his lightsabers? I was kind of paranoid about the ship. I thought he was going to destroy it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you can take a fate point for that. That makes sense. That seems like what the motivation would have been anyway. I think that's it for you then.
But I didn't take joy in anyone's.
You didn't. No.
I should have been like, I got your lightsabers.
Haha. Yeah.
But I did.
So I'll real quick go through the last Artha stuff, and we'll do empathy and hatred, and then we'll.
Hey, real quick, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
Should I be getting fate for like the rule of two and your lordship and stuff? Because like that's why I'm hunted and why no one trusts me. Because
those are the only 2 Sith traits you have?
I have Aura of Fear, your lordship, rule of 2, and hatred.
You can take a fate point for hatred, I think, this time. Specifically because of Ren like trying to get Nibbit to turn against you because of your Sith nature. So I think go ahead.
Can you get fate off of Artha die traits and call-on traits?
So most of the time you're going to get them off of character traits or die traits that are bad for you. Call-on traits, I almost never you're going to get a fate point for those unless it happened to like come up in such a compelling way that it like moved the story in such a cool direction that it was interesting like that.
So me wanting to mess with the robot for like scavenger, for instance, wouldn't be enough.
I don't think so. Go ahead.
The other things I was thinking was like
if you had damaged him, or like Bioka would have actually hurt you.
Yeah, right. That's kind of the idea there. Just you being interested.
I decided not to.
Yeah.
But like affinity for faulty paraphernalia, me fixing the ship, for instance, or
so that would be, I think, if anything, that would be like right skill, right time sort of stuff. I don't think those traits. Call-on traits almost are never going to give you fate points like that because it's like you have to get in trouble to for this stuff to matter. But usually it'd be a character or die trait.
Okay.
I think Nibbit gets a
7 fate. So
yeah. I think Nibbit gets a fate point for humor though. I think we can all agree on that.
Definitely.
Right? Yeah. You had all of us cracking up the whole time with Nibbit's responses to things. And I think Nibbit also gets right skill, right time for scavenging.
Yep.
Right? That's exactly what the party needed. I think I want to give embodiment to Ren this time. I thought the way you were responding to all the situations was really cool. I really like Ren's character, and I could tell you were being very thoughtful with the way you're playing him. And I like that a lot. So you can take a persona for that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Other than that, I think it's just empathy and hatred stuff that we need to check real quick before we end. So let me take a look at that. Empathy. Okay. Did anyone provide sanctuary to someone in immediate need? I don't think so.
Nope.
Did you speak out against injustice or cruelty?
Kalos.
Yeah. This is for empathy, so
I don't know if I'd call that injustice.
Yeah. So speak out against injustice.
I didn't want him to kill that guy.
I
didn't want him to kill that guy.
Yep. So you can take an obstacle 1 empathy test, Biaka. That's I don't know what it counts for you. Let's see. It would be on stats and skills here. So that's a routine for you, Biaka, on empathy.
Am I blind? Oh, there it is. Did you mark it?
Nope. You already had one from last time.
Did you mark it? Oh, okay. There.
Did anyone console the grief-stricken or the angry? Did anyone take the side of the underdog, if only because they would otherwise be alone? Did someone tend to another's wound?
He did. Jared did.
Yeah, Kalos, yeah. But you can't get tests for this because you don't have empathy.
I know.
Did someone dissuade?
Jedi than the Jedi.
I know. Did you dissuade someone from enacting revenge? Protect someone from physical harm? Embrace the consequences?
I tried.
That's true. Well, you tried. I don't think it counts. You didn't actually do it.
I didn't let the Jawa do physical harm to anyone. by taking the sabers.
I don't
He
know
could
if
have killed Connor.
was that really Biaka's intention with that action. It seemed to me that you were just like,
Yeah, well, I didn't want him to hurt anyone or hurt the ship.
Oh,
I think you guys just didn't trust me.
Well, not with the lightsaber.
The issue is, like, I'm not sure that any of the Jedi or the Sith in the room were actually in danger with Nibbit. Like, Nibbit doesn't know how to use a lightsaber, so they can always just, like...
Yeah,
but he was in danger.
That's fair. Fine. You can take a difficult empathy check, Biaka.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Acting in contradiction of an instinct in order to help someone in need. Can we do that?
What was it again?
Acting in contradiction of an instinct in order to help someone in need. I'm scanning through the other ones as I wait.
No, not me.
Well, Connor would have gotten an empathy test if he... Well, are you still going to teach Nibbit? This is the question, even if he is also learning from Kalos?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your...
it'd be really stupid if I did.
Yeah, exactly. What's your empathy at?
Nibbit's going to be the best one. The most balanced Jedi.
Yeah, it's 2.
2. So mark a challenging test. You don't even need one. Yeah, so it's a challenging test to take on a disciple. But you don't even need one. So yeah, that's the issue. Ren needs to do more basic empathy things, like, be nice, to get his test. All right, hatred. We have lying. Did anyone lie to defame or demoralize?
That is directly opposed to my instincts. I don't lie, baby.
Coerce through physical violence.
I'm waiting for the one where I tried to blackmail but failed.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you can't ever get hatred or empathy, so you don't have to worry about this because of your alienness.
Wait, so he doesn't have the Force?
He does have the Force.
He does. He just doesn't have.
He has no ability to actually get empathy or hatred because of the way the game works. Like, because he's an alien, that's the main part of his character that we care about in the game. And it would be too complicated to have him also be on the dark side or the light side. So even if this goes badly with Nibbit, he's never actually going to be evil.
Why is that badly? Come on. Like, way to just stereotype.
I need to check real quick what happens, like, what you have to do to, like, be a character who could turn to the dark side but doesn't actually have it yet. So I think you have, like, aptitude towards... Yeah, here we go. Okay, it's when... Ren and Biaka, what are your aptitudes... Or, sorry, what are your wills?
Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, what are your guys' will?
Yeah, it's 4.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think mine's 4.
So that means
my will is 4.
Cool. You have to get let's see. Your aptitude is equal to your will exponent. Okay. So the two things that you could do towards going to hatred is if you succumb to fear or succumb to anger. So when the sorcerer tests a stat, skill, or their health to prevent the loss of something dear to them and fail. Oh, I see what it is. So basically, the idea is these are options that you can take to move towards the dark side, but they give you points. So you can burn a persona point to reroll a test if you succumb to fear, and, like, mark an aptitude toward turning to the dark side. You can also succumb to anger, and if you fail a steel test, you may burn a persona point to invoke a new hesitation option, enact revenge. The duration of their hesitation is spent attempting to violently punish that which forced the test of steel. So those are options that you guys can take if you want to tempt have your hero to be tempted by the dark side. Let's see.
Can I be tempted by the light side? How does that work?
No, I don't think you can. The pull is always towards.
I know there's a system for going from dark to light.
Yes, there is, but it's not so much that you get pulled naturally towards it, as you have to work towards it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Anyone who's attuned and logs test toward hatred equal to that aptitude gains the hatred trait. I'm just trying to figure out if it counts, like, if you guys could also mark the hatred obstacles, right? I think it just is those, maybe. Okay, anyway. I'll look it up later. Let's see. What else you might do, Jared? Did you provoke someone to violence or coerce through physical violence? Did you lord your victory over a bested opponent? Did you break your word?
No, I kept my word. I didn't kill anyone.
Did you use someone's relationship against them, plot revenge, sow enmity between others?
Would the Coruscant thing be enmity or no?
I think that was definitely something.
It's not so much to make them, to hurt them, but it was more selfish. For my sake.
Yeah, so if it comes out that Nibbit did that and it becomes a thing, then I think you'll mark a test for it. Okay. So you definitely take an Op 3 hatred test. You punished someone for opposing you. You cut off that guy's arms and legs.
That wasn't a punishment for opposing me. That was to stop him from destroying the ship. That
counts as punishing someone who opposed you. They opposed you by destroying the ship, and you punished them. It doesn't matter.
So if someone attacks, so if I do something in self-defense, that counts as punishing someone who opposes me?
I don't think cutting off someone's arms and legs counts as self-defense when you could have done something else.
If I had killed him, I wouldn't have gotten a point.
Probably, yeah, but when you go try to...
What?
Jared, and do you know what you did instead? You tortured him.
I didn't torture him. I instantly sent medical attention to him.
Mark an Op 3 hatred test. Literally cut a guy's arms and legs off and just left him.
Oh, that's a routine, I guess, because I have 5. Is that a routine?
Yeah, yes, that's a routine.
Uh-oh, stinky.
And I don't think you did... Oh, one of the obstacles on here is persuading someone to pledge themselves to hatred. I don't.
I've done that.
No, you haven't. I don't think you've actually done any of the rest of this stuff. You're dancing on the edge of some of them, but I think that's it.
Yeah.
In terms of steel, like extra steel tests that people might get, the only thing that I can think of is Nibbit already did his Aura of Fear test and marked that. Is one of them. That's the only thing I was thinking, is crash landing. That's probably the only thing that counts as a steel test in this instance. So that'll be the last thing we mark, and that will be a Ob 4 steel test. So whatever that is for each of you.
What's that for 5?
Difficult.
Ooh, nice.
So that's challenging for Connor. That is, difficult for you, Nibbit. So you mark another.
Am I marking this off?
Yeah, mark another difficult test on steel.
Okay.
And then Biyaka.
I wasn't sure if I was actually supposed to be rolling this.
Yeah. Yeah, what, 6? 4 is just routine for you, so that doesn't count. Biyaka wasn't phased by the crash landing.
But I should have been paranoid.
Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, there you go. We have reached the end. This has been Lords of Hatred. Thank you guys so very much for playing. We will go ahead and log out. Be back next week. Adios.